Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us here on the State Champs Network. And welcome to Blue Devil Stadium on the campus of Lawrence Tech University for the 39th Annual Michigan High School Football Coaches Association East-West All-Star Game. I am Ryan Slocum alongside Coach Popp from Southfield. Coach, incredible to be back after missing last year's game due to the pandemic. What an exciting weekend. Here we are about to kick off the 39th Annual All-Star Game. One last chance for the fellas to suit up.
Phenomenal energy running throughout, talking to even some of the parents. They're so excited. Kids are fired up. Coaches are fired up. You just exactly what you want for this place. Phenomenal.
Absolutely. These kids didn't even know if they would get a season in, and here they are a few months later getting one last chance in their high school career. Many of these kids will be playing on the next level, and we are about to get this sucker going. The East kicking off to the West right now, and here we go with the opening kick from the 40.
Bennett Smile putting it down the middle.
A one-hopper. It is picked up by Elijah Gordon, and he is going to be brought down at about the 28-yard line, and that is where the boys in white will be taking over.
And first in on there, Maurice Davis just flying down, and just what you want to see in football, 9 people on that tackle.
And Maurice Davis from East Point, he's a guy, Coach, that you pointed out before this game. We may be saying his name quite a few times today.
Absolutely, and it might actually be on the other side of the ball as well.
That's right, running back as well. We will see how he does. Coach, I know you've worked with some of these quarterbacks here. Here we got under center right now. East handing off, West handing the ball off. Coming around the outside is number 1 Tanner Williams, the senior from Grand Haven High School. He will be playing college ball at Ashland coming up here in a couple of months.
Well, and you can see why. What great vision right there. He was going to cut it up and said, you know what, they got my outside sealed. I'm going to stick it out there, and boom, runs for 6 yards. Very good decision there.
And if you look at number 1 there, out of Grand Haven, 5'5", 140, but he can play some ball. Going outside with it. And the first down is picked up by Austin Bills. He came down the road from Traverse City Central.
And once again, you can see the vision of the running back. It's, in the day, it used to always be defenses were so far ahead, but here we are showing the offense, a couple good run plays outside, sealing it with that tackle and that H-back, or the, number 3 receiver coming down, sealing it. Good read.
And we have not mentioned the man in the shotgun right now. That is Drew Collins from Montague, the state champ. Hands it off this time to Austin Bills once again. He is still on his feet, rumbling, and gets out of bounds at nearly the 40.
Well, I'll tell you what, that is a big body running, and he knows how to get north and south and use his weight. Good job right there. And you can see, the Drew's looking inside, and if the defense gives him, he'll pull that ball and get up on the Q power. So he's doing a good job reading the right read.
Absolutely. Bills is moving on to play as well at the D2 level. He will be at Saginaw Valley State in the fall. 2,000-yard rusher during his career. Right now, Dorian Riley from Jackson is out on the field. And we've got our first throw of the game. Looking long. It is number 14, just out of his reach. Zach Hoff from Ithaca could not bring it in. Shamar Askin, your guy.
Yeah,
breaking it up.
Out of Lakeview High School. Phenomenal play. Talked to his coach, Coach Threet, the other day. Just a phenomenal kid, and as you can see right there, he absolutely deserves to be in this game. Excellent play, because Popp is a heck of a receiver.
Absolutely. Those Ithaca kids, they can play a little football. They've been playing for a little bit up there.
Well, they learned from a pretty good guy in Terry up there for sure.
They sure did. Here we go on 2nd down and 10. Handoff one more time. Oh, little horse collar maybe. No flag on the play. Caden Karp brought down after a gain of maybe 2 on the play.
I think a big difference there. It wasn't a drag down from behind through the pads. He just had the hand jersey and pulled it away. So good non-call in my opinion.
Karp from Marquette. He was the Upper Peninsula Player of the Year. And this dude is an athlete, Coach. He's going to play football at Northern Michigan. Also will play basketball for the Wildcats.
And I believe playing in the All-Star game for baseball.
And he's playing
next week.
Yeah, he's staying down here. He's going to play at Comerica Park. Dorian Riley right here. He bounces outside. He picks up the first down to almost the 30-yard line.
I'll tell you what, offensively, when you are having the safety having to come from the middle safety downhill to make tackles, you're doing really well offensively blocking. I am impressed with the receiver blocks out there. Number 13, Bozema doing a heck of a job, Popp doing a heck of a job, and Williams. Not only can they run and be great athletes, but they sacrifice, make some blocks, big plays happen.
Riley is another guy you're going to be saying his name a number of times today, made nearly every single all-state team. And you're also going to hear the name Ferris State University quite a few times. That's where he'll be playing here in a couple of months. And here he is one more time. Gets brought down at the 30 after a pickup of 2.
Excellent tackle there by Evan Penninger from Livonia Franklin, my alma mater. So great job out there representing the young man.
Penninger, captain at Livonia Franklin. He'll be playing at Concordia.
So exciting to hear these kids talk about how excited they are going to the next level and continue to play this game. And we'll get into some of the things coaches were talking about later on.
Absolutely. 2nd and 8 from the 30. Going to have another pass. Steps up in the pocket, lets it fly. And we almost have an interception. It's Jack Trichet from Pinckney breaking up that pass in the red zone down to about the 5-yard line. Great play there by the man who will be playing at Hillsdale.
Nice work getting out of the pocket, giving an opportunity your offense make a big play. I was at practice the other night with the East. Jack Trichet knows every formation name, gets everybody in the right spots, and they work together 2 days. He is absolutely running the show back there.
16 pass breakups for him over his career.
So for
I
him,
think you saw why
the
right
whole
there.
hum. Here we go again. Got to break up another one.
That's
Good
right.
for him.
Number 17 coming right here in the All-Star game. It'll be 3rd down, 8 to go, 8:46 to play in the first. We're getting another pass here from Collins. Steps up. Oh, and man knocked down. We will have a flag. That is Blake Bozema, who got taken down at about the 5-yard line. So we will have a first down for the West team.
Did a really good job selling that he was coming to that post and broke to the corner late and end up safety run into him. It's going to end up being a first down for the West here.
Tell you what, Coach, you mentioned how excited these kids were. For those that don't know, the athletes come down here. They usually spend 3 days. This year they spent 2 days down here. They got about 4 practices in. They had to dodge some drops out here over the last couple of days. But they got to come down here. They just have a great weekend. They get to practice. They get to have fun. They get to stay down here in Southfield. Just how cool is this for these kids?
Well, there's such an amazing thing that happens. You've got some guys, Howell and Brighton, great rivals.
Yeah.
Well, now they're teammates.
Yeah.
You've got guys who've done things all summer together, and now they're playing against each other. So all kinds of stories going on out here.
Here we go, 1st and 10. Collins looking to throw for the 3rd straight time. He's got his man. Oh, my gosh. That's going to be a touchdown. It is Blake Bozema from West Ottawa in and out of the hands of Shamar for the touchdown. 15 yards, and West strikes first.
Just incredible concentration there. I don't know if you've ever tried to catch a tipped ball in any way, shape, or form, but you often see it dropped. Great focus by Bozema there. Brought that in. Right now, Askin is just kicking himself. I had a pick to stop it, but you know what? Great players make great plays when it's time to make big plays. Good job for Bozema right there.
Absolutely, and in the back of the end zone, Coach, he had not only had to bring it in, he had to get the feet down. He did an awesome job there. Mitchell Middleton is on to kick the extra point. Another Ferris State signee. It is up, and it is off the post. So with 8:33 to play, the West leads it 6-0, but it's Bozema from West Ottawa bringing that one in. First team All-Stater. He's a hooper, and he will be playing ball at Western Michigan, our first D1 athlete who we have talked about so far, Coach.
Coaches were talking about just a booming leg. Just a booming leg, and right there's your first example of going from high school to college. Just a little thinner on the goalpost, a little tighter, and instead of going through, it's a little knock off it. But you know what? You watch him adjust and make a big kick later.
Well, and nobody's rushing him either. Everybody's kind of standing there. It's probably a little weird for him. And maybe a hair of nerves in there.
Very well could be. Well, watch him boom this kickoff, and we'll see if he gets that out of his system.
No doubt. I still think Coach Tony Anise is going to like that guy. He is a top 100 kicker in the country, 4.5-star recruit. An awesome get. Let's take a look at the replay of the touchdown. In and out of the hands. Wasn't as far back in the end zone as I thought live there, but just a great play by the man who's going to be a Western Michigan Bronco.
And again, you can see that concentration, focus, what he needed to have happen, he makes it happen. Little underthrown, but you know what? I'm going to help out my QB. Let's go get a score. And there's the booming leg we talked about.
You mentioned it. Through the back of the end zone and over the fence almost.
Mitchell can absolutely rock that ball, and boy, what a weapon. Got to go 80 yards every time you start an offense. That is not an easy task.
No, sir. So we will get to see the East squad with the football for the first time this afternoon. Coach, and I know you know the quarterbacks on this team very well.
Yeah, Jalen Pitchford's going to start, but I was talking to the staff, and they say, Coach, it's a flip of a coin. They're both incredible kids who are great leaders and phenomenal athletes and quarterbacks. Jalen's going to go up to Northwood. Noah's going to go out to Mount Union. So pick of the litter. He'll play a couple series I was instructed, and then it'll be Noah's turn. So here we go with Jalen.
Pitchford there in the shot. Wyandotte Roosevelt here on first down. He is throwing the ball in a little bit of trouble, scrambling up the middle. Going to pick up a few before he is brought down. The third member of our team is Genna Rose, and she is down on the sideline with the man that put the points on the board. Genna.
We're now joined by Blake Bosmuth, who had the first touchdown of the game for the West. Blake, talk me through the emotions that you had during that moment.
It was good. We switched sides where the receivers were, so I knew I had a mismatch, and he just threw it up, great ball, and made it connect.
And you're playing with multiple players across the state. Tell me what the chemistry is like during this team over the last couple of days.
It's definitely different than playing with your own dudes, but, we make it work. We've been together for a long time, like 2 days, and it's fun.
And Blake, lastly, what's the next step for you moving on to your college career?
I'm going to Western Michigan, and I'm excited to see what I can do there. Hopefully I can do the same thing what I did today.
All right, well, congratulations, Blake. Enjoy the game.
Thank you.
All right, sending it back to you guys.
Coach, you want to talk about numbers? Listen to what Blake did the last couple of years. In 6 games this season, 80 grabs for nearly 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. As a junior, a school record at West Ottawa, 83 grabs.
That's unbelievable.
That's insane.
Unbelievable numbers. Holy smokes. But he absolutely shows why.
Yeah,
He
absolutely.
shows why.
Yeah, they're going to love him in Kalamazoo. After a pass interference call, East now has a first down at the 38-yard line. Pitchford throwing on his first 2 downs. Not this time. It is handed off and stuffed. Brian Evans not getting anywhere. He's the running back, defensive back from Detroit Mumford.
Tell you what, great defensive line surge there, gap sound, and moving up the field. If you can own that line of scrimmage, you know what happens in football. It's all good for you.
It is, and we got some beef. Where's the beef, Coach? It's
up
down
in
there. Yeah. So that'll bring second down and 10, 7:15 to play in the first quarter, 6-0. The West marched down and scored on their first possession. If you're just joining us, thank you very much. You are watching the Michigan High School East-West All-Star Game from Lawrence Tech University. The handoff goes to Big Maurice Davis. Big Mo picks up a couple, but then he is stuffed right there at the 40.
Well, I'll tell you what, they are just absolutely doing a great job on that defensive line. That is one big running back coming at you, and it's going to take a lot of people, and you can see they got up in there. And one of the first guys right there is Caden Petty. Made a great play from that tackle spot.
Coach, you said it. Big Mo plays linebacker as well. 6'2", 240. He led East Point to their first conference title in 35 years. How about that?
Impressive. Absolutely impressive.
What a way to leave your mark
You bet.
at your high school. So we are 3rd and 8 from the 40. Here's Pittsford looking to pitch it. He steps up. No, he's looking to run it, and he's got it across the 50, across the 40. Oh, but he lets it fly, and we have it picked up by number 10, Elijah Gordon. There is a flag, and Pittsford saying, hey, man, they grabbed my mask.
Tell what, I'm really impressed with that read by Jalen as he got out of the pocket. Then the receiver down the field ends up Zach Horkey throwing a great block. And then the defensive play to pound that ball from behind out of his hands. I'm not sure if this face mask is going to be after the fumble or before.
Yeah, and if it is after,
then
quite
it
the
would not be a
pickup.
turnover. Yep.
Here's the call. Oh.
Personal foul against the East.
Call against the East. So apparently not a face mask.
They're going to, end up declining that and take the football right there.
So it will be a turnover. Elijah Gordon from Midland, the 4-sport star, picking that one up. And while we have a break in action, do you have a student athlete at home? Did you know that chocolate milk is known as nature's sports drink, with natural carbohydrates and protein to refuel and electrolytes to rehydrate? Chocolate milk is the ideal post-workout beverage. Chocolate milk, the official drink of the 2021 Michigan High School Football All-Star Game.
Love hearing about that stuff instead of all this energy drink, this and that. You know what? Let's get down some wholesome chocolate milk. I believe we should get some at halftime, sir.
Bunnies up, buddy.
There you go.
So it will be the West after the turnover, taking their second possession of the game. They take over right at the 25-yard line. First pass of the game here by Trichet. Excuse me,
Yep.
that would be Carson Goelker. Apologies, from Zeeland West.
Boy, threw a great job. Receiver did an awesome job coming back to the football, just out of bounds with that 1 foot that he could have had down. It was just a little bit out of his reach. But again, you look at that as a positive on the offensive side. We didn't get sacked for 9 yards. It's 2nd and 10 instead of 2nd and 19.
Carson Goelker, Zeeland West High School, 6'4", 205, 4-year starter out there for the Ducks.
In the pregame, I was down there walking around, and he is a man. He is a man.
Another quarterback going to Ferris State. We told you you're going to hear it a lot, and here he is looking to throw one more time. Big 6'6" right on him. He lets it fly, and this one is picked off. It is Trichet.
I'm telling you, he knows what's going on back there. He's in the right spot at the right time. It was a phenomenal catch. He timed his jump perfectly there, and now we got a spin around turnover for the East. Let's see if they can do something offensively.
After coughing it up, 2 plays later, the East takes it right back. The Pinckney defensive back, Jack Trichet, 9 interceptions. We mentioned the 16 pass breakups during his career. Man, they are going to like him at Hillsdale. Looking good so far, making huge plays.
Well, the intelligence of a player has him covering a lot of ground, and he knows what's going on, so he covers sideline to sideline amazingly.
So the East takes back over. Pittsford still running the quarterback position, and he is looking to throw once again. Takes off, gets back to about the line of scrimmage.
I'm extremely impressed how well the defensive line is playing. They are really forcing him out of that pocket. They're getting a surge. And I understand, first quarter, we're probably going to get some things working out together with the O-line guys because a little more synchronicity is involved in that. They are just coming up the field like crazy.
2nd down and 8. Before we get to this play, though, let's go down to Genna, and she has the man who just picked off the pass.
We're now joined by Jack Tratchett from Pinckney High. What an interception. Walk us through that play.
So they kind of rolled out my opposite way, so the backside, and I kind of just rolled with it, and I saw him going to try to throw it deep to the one guy, and I just kind of tried to jump the route because I knew it was kind of messed up anyway, so just go make a play, I guess.
Yeah, I know you have to take advantage of opportunities, and we have to talk about this opportunity today. What kind of honor is it for you to represent Pinckney?
Oh, it's great. I love it. I mean, shout out to my coach, Coach Beaton. He nominated me. I really appreciate it. So, and I'm just going to out here and have a good time. So.
And lastly, Jack, what's the next step for you?
I'm going to Hillsdale College to play football.
All right, well, congratulations, Jack, and thank you. Sending it back.
Thanks a lot, Genna. Coach, you mentioned a little bit earlier, but you talked to me before the game, and you specifically pointed him out. And you said you were at practice. This dude was calling everything.
I'm telling you, from naming each formation, so the linebackers know what's going on, the D-line know what's going on, his other defensive backs, calling it properly, getting people in the correct spots. I'll tell you what, number one thing is line up correctly. Now you got a shot to make a play.
Here we go, 2nd down, 3 to go. And we get a handoff, and he is stuffed before he can get to that line. Maybe a pickup. Looks like they might give him a good spot, though. And, yes, they do. He is going to get that 1st down. The big fella, Mo Davis. And going back to Jack real quick, Livingston County Defensive Player of the Year. He is showing it all off through 2 drives.
Well, they do a phenomenal job at Pinckney coaching. You know, they've had a run of 5-7 years where they've been playing really, really good ball. They coach them up well. Kids are knowledgeable. They put that together with some talent, leadership, and good things happen. And obviously he's a great example of that. And Cody Patton out there is really proud of him as well.
1st down right near midfield for the East squad, trying to tie it up or take the lead. Pitchford slings it out there, and it is Nolan Vanover from Monroe Jefferson taking it down to the 30-yard line. Big-time pickup, over 20 yards.
In that practice, he was one of the favorite receivers for both QBs. He runs routes well, very disciplined, and he is pretty lightning quick, which we might see in an open field sometime. Great play by East. Got a good drive after the turnover going.
I know Coach Ryan Brady loves this dude. Going to SVSU, Nolan Vanover out there grabbing that pass, number 10 with that yellow helmet on. It is 1st down right at the 30 with 3:30 to play for the East. Pitchford throwing again. They are not scared to sling this thing today, Coach. This time, nothing doing, though, as he tries to scramble up the middle. Pitchford back down at the 30.
Again, it's an opportunity to push up in the pocket a little bit, but then immediately the 1-and-3 technique, the big fellas in the middle are closing that thing down, and you think maybe you get 5 or 6, boom, it's a 0 gain. So they are really playing well on the defensive line there. And again, one of those things that we'll see, I bet that they adjust here on the sideline and at halftime is, hey guys, this is how we have to play our offensive line a little differently because they're storming up. They caught him on an offsides earlier. It's one of the things you try and do, use that aggression against them. So I think we'll see that maybe later on in the game.
2nd and 10, 2:40 to play. The East squad throwing the ball much more than they have run it so far, which may surprise some with the limited practice. Here they are again. Slings it out to the outside. It is brought in, but a great tackle there made by Luke McLean from Rockford to bring him down after a minimal gain.
Justice Tuggle did a good job to secure that ball. Could have been a drop. You know, 3rd and 5 is far more manageable than 3rd and 10 would be. So, and a good late throw there. But again, nothing on time. Nothing easy from that position as that D-line is thundering up there.
Coach, are you surprised by how much they are throwing the ball?
Well, you know, yes and no. I think, you know, it's an interesting thing. We talk about the synchronicity and the workings together of the O-line. It's a lot easier to pass block sometimes instead of run block because you have a guy, and that's your guy. They can't blitz us. So it makes some sense that they're going to throw the ball around a little bit.
Well, and you said you were impressed by how quickly everybody was picking things up in practice over the last couple of days. You would think it might be just much more easy to hand it off, but that's not the case at all for these guys in blue. They are throwing again here on 3rd and 5. Right over the middle, almost brought in, but dropped by Donald Eccles. The man from Detroit Southeastern just couldn't bring it in.
And let's go kudos to the O-line on that one. Jalen had a lot of time to survey what was going on, took a really late route over the middle. and that would have been a really big play. We're going to see here they're deciding they're going to go for it, or they're going to go ahead and kick it, and it looks like they're going to go for it, which, you know what, I agree with.
Yep, going for it on 4th and 5. They're at the 25, deep in the territory. So here comes Jalen. Going to try to make something happen on the first 4th down that we have seen so far today with 1:25 to play in the opening quarter. What are you looking for here, Coach?
Well, if I'm them, I'm going to bring my number 1 receiver, who's the outside guy, inside and run my number 2 out to the flat, because that's what's been successful for those 2 big pass plays.
Zach Horkey out there wide. Nolan Vanover in the slot. Pitchford throws over the middle, and he throws it high of Vanover. So that will be a turnover on downs. The West D holds up, and they take over for the 3rd time in this game, holding on to a 6-0 lead.
Very much a classic off of my back foot, leaning back throw, because Jalen's been getting some pressure early. And without them getting even close to him, they affected him defensively. You see that all the time. I bet he'll make some adjustments, stick that strong shoulder through the ball, and end up completing that later on in this game.
The West is taking over here, but, Coach, we mentioned you know Jalen well, going to Northwood. This kid really is a D1 talent. He had 14 offers, I believe, and he's going to end up going to Northwood.
You know, the kids are making decisions. Hey, where do I get an opportunity to play? And I think he's made a good one. I really like the Northwood staff. I know a few players up there. They're excited about getting them. Boy, number 62 right there. Jeton Matasani. Holy smokes, what a great play out of Fortson High School. Stood that running back right up for a 0 game.
Big fella, 6 foot, 3 bills, clogging up the middle.
I'll tell you what, if he's playing defensive end, he must be a pretty good athlete as well, so good for him.
No doubt. All-conference player from Fortson will move on to play at Madonna. 2nd down here. 10 still to go.
Trinidad
under center.
The show.
He hands it off to Tanner Williams. Not much doing there either. So they're mixing it up a little bit. The man from Forest Hills Northern now getting to play. We've seen Pitchford on the other side, pretty much running it so far. Everybody on the West so far getting a chance under center. The man from Forest Hills Northern, another Ferris State Bulldog.
Boy, they're getting some good athletes.
I'll tell you what, the 2-time defending GLIAC champ, 19 commits from Michigan will be going on to play for Tony Anise. They are going to be a powerhouse again as the first quarter comes to a close. It is still West with the lead, 6-0 after 12 minutes of action.
And I'll tell you what, Coach, you alluded to just a little bit earlier about, I was talking to the coaches, and they were talking about how quickly these kids pick up. They had them for 2 days of work, and they put in their offense and their defense. And I'll tell you what, the kids are responding extremely well. But you're working with a group of kids who wants to do this, who loves doing this, and coaches who just absolutely love to work with those kinds of kids. So, phenomenal job by coaching staff and the kids picking it up.
Absolutely. 6-0 after 12 minutes of action. We will be right back after this quick commercial break.
No one is born a world-class athlete. It takes passion and perseverance. It takes courage and resilience. It takes real work, day in and day out. Real, low-fat chocolate milk helps you repair, rebuild, and refuel muscles. Chocolate milk, the unofficial sports drink of athletes everywhere.
Hear that? Cheese, sesame. It's saying, see this bubbling goodness? That's pure 100% real mozzarella, sitting on the freshest dough this side of Sicily, surrounded by the original flavored crust. You see, most pizzas don't speak unless they have something good to say. But when they have this much irresistible flavor, they never shut up. Now get a meal deal for any budget starting at the irresistible price of just $5.99.
Hungry?
Howie's!
And welcome back to Blue Devil Stadium at Lawrence Tech University. Second quarter action just underway here at the East-West Michigan High School Football All-Star Game. Glad you can join us here on the State Champs Network. Ryan Slocum alongside Coach Popp. Genna Rose down on the sidelines doing some work for us as well, grabbing the interviews after all the big plays that they make. It'll be 4th down, 9 to go for the West squad. They are deep in their own territory. They currently have a 6-0 lead. About to kick off to the East, who's trying to make something happen on offense. Kick is away by Mitchell Middleton. And it is brought in by Zach Horkey from Blissfield. Another tremendous multi-sport athlete. And finally, the East, pretty good field position here at the 41-yard line, looking to even this thing up.
I'll tell you one of the things I like hearing more and more is you got such extensive notes is how many kids are multiple sport athletes, not just focusing only on one, letting all their. You know what? You get to play high school sports one time. That's it. We have kids who are going to, is going to go up to Northern and play 2 sports. That's amazing. I just love hearing that.
Yep, and it isn't, you don't see it as much nowadays. A lot of specialization, but not so much here today. We've got a lot of multi-sport athletes. This is number 13, Jamison Chesser from Lenawee Christian, the running back. He was the 8-man Associated Press Player of the Year, over 1,100 yards, 14.6 per carry, Coach. Is that good?
Unbelievable speed. And we have a note from the coach says we would put 12 players out there just to teach him that you can't just run over all around everybody. He said, okay, Coach, but on game night, here I go. Got Noah Beaudry now is stepping in at the QB for East, as they said, to rotate a couple series and then get him in.
A ho-hum 5 yards on that gain on 1st down. And here we go again. It's Chesser. Yeah, what were we saying? That's more than 14 and a half. That's 55. Touchdown, East. We got a tie game. The 8-man Player of the Year going to Indiana Wesleyan. Takes this one to the crib. It is 6-6 early in the second half.
So if you had questions out there, people, if 8-man guys can play with 11, I believe we just saw that they absolutely can, because he ran by all 11 on defense.
All 11 of them as he hit the sideline. Coach, we are going to take a quick break and go down to Genna. First, we got a little replay first. Here he goes. Watch him bounce outside, and how about that speed?
That
just blew by everyone.
Just phenomenal. Love, love, love it. Small program, small town, making big noise.
And we are going to watch the PAT real quick, and then we will go down to Genna, who has an interview on the sideline. The kick from Bennett Smile is up, and it is good. So the East takes a 1-point lead with 10:53 to go. They are up 7-6. Now let's go down to Genna Rose with another guest.
We're joined by Ian Eiler from the Leadership Development Alliance. This is the first time this is coming into fruition. How did you first get involved?
So my mentor and my assistant head coach is on the board for Michigan High School Football Association coaches, and he recommended me, told me, hey, this is something we're doing. We're trying to put this together to help younger coaches or aspiring head coaches, to get better at what they do and learn from some of the greats in the state of Michigan. So I jumped at the opportunity and, really grateful for him to do that for me.
And it has to be an honor to be voted to go in. Tell us what your emotions were during that moment.
I was just ecstatic. Going into my 4th year as a head coach at Redford Union, and we're starting to do very well, but you can never stop learning in this game. So to be able to learn from these great men and these great programs, and then be a part of another group of guys who are just coming into their own or want to be a head coach, it's been a great experience so far.
And it's a younger program. What are some future goals that you all have in mind?
Really to just get, I guess, a little bit more younger for the board and stuff like that, and just get some new blood in there and really be able to make those connections for the next generation of coaches.
Thank you for your time, Ian. Wonderful job.
Thank you, Zach.
All right, sending it back to you guys in the booth.
Appreciate it, Genna. West just returning the kick. It was Nate Melanowski from East Grand Rapids, giving the West side some pretty good field position there. Was a flag on the play.
Yeah, I think on that one we have a horse collar because it was more of a drag down from behind. We had one earlier that was a jersey pull. That was more of a drag down from behind. Just a quick word on Coach Ida from Redford Union. I'm very good friends with him. He is absolutely the type of coach you want your son to play for.
Yeah.
Phenomenal human being. Understands that these kids are all learning lessons of life through this great game of football. And he just does it right. Really proud of him.
It's great to hear from him. A lot of great people around here. We will hear from Genna here in one quick second, but let's watch the West take first down right at midfield. And what a great tackle. Almost on the exchange. Dorian Riley with nowhere to go. Keith Simmons in there on the tackle.
Josh Washington from Utica Stevenson played that extremely well by just holding his ground. We saw guys get outside him early. Not that time. Close that down. Great play.
Going to be second and about 9 to go. Let's go back down to Genna.
Hey.
We're joined by Jamison Chester, who just had a 56-yard touchdown. Jamison, walk us through that moment.
It felt great. My teammates and my coaches picked a good play, and my teammates executed well and gave me something to work with. So glory to God and excited for this opportunity.
You come from Adrian Lenawee Christian. You guys were the D1 champions in the 8-man player role. Just tell us what it's like to bring that experience here to a new team.
Yeah, it's definitely different, but it's still football. So I'm just excited that I got this opportunity and truly blessed.
And lastly, what are the next plans for you moving forward?
Absolutely. I'm going to be attending Indiana Wesleyan University in Marion, Indiana this upcoming fall.
Well, congratulations and great work.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sending it back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Genna. That was an incredible run, and we just saw another incredible run by Dorian Riley all the way down to the 1-yard line. And how about that downfield block he picked up from Zach Popp from Ithaca to get him almost to the end zone?
Every time you see a big play, first of all, the big fellows doing their job up front, but then secondly, guys working downfield from the opposite side of the field, no less.
Austin Bills in the backfield. And it is going to be the quarterback keeping this one. He dives across the goal line. A couple of quick scores. This time it is Drew Collins with the touchdown. The state champ from Montague putting points on the board here.
Once again, phenomenal read. Defensive tackle sits outside. Quarterback runs up inside. Touchdown. Excellent job. Again, 2 days to prepare for this.
And let's take a look at the big play one more time. 50 yards here. Look at that, cutting back in and then across the football field. Here comes the block. What a run, Coach.
That was phenomenal. Absolutely. You saw Zach waving his arm. Come here, I got the block for you. Excellent job.
The kick is up, the kick is through. And just like that, West is back on top, 13-7 with 9:19 to play in the first half. Getting some exciting ball here, Coach. You know, we were talking about how much they were throwing earlier. We expected some explosive runs, and here in the last 2 minutes, man, we've seen them.
I'll tell you what, when they take care of their business up front on both of their runs, I thought the West play was very well designed. Looking like a little inside zone, then an old option look back in the day, maybe a little Oklahoma look over there at Montague, I don't know. But phenomenal job, and then he comes across the field, picks up a block, and just preceding that was an awesome run over by the East. And I'll tell you what, just great play here, so fun to watch, and of course, excitement in the crowd.
And we talked about incredible numbers that these kids put up and everything they had to go through this year, and they still put up incredible numbers. Dorian Riley, the guy that ran that one down to the 1-yard line, he is another, you guessed it, Ferris State Bulldog. From Jackson High School, he has set the school career rushing record, 3,615 career rushing yards. Dude ran for 400 in one game.
That's unreal. Absolutely numbers that are just astronomical. And boy, does Tony Anise know how to get into place and get good kids?
My gosh, Tony Anise, you're killing me, brother. You're hurting the Grand Valley family here now. Doing an awesome job up there. Here comes the East. Great Plinko over there being played by my man Nolan Vanover, just bouncing off defenders until he gets to the 34-yard line. Cam Orr brings him down from New Lothrop High School.
And again, watching him in that practice, speaking of Nolan here, I put a couple of words down. One was speed, and the other one was bounce, and you named it. He's bouncing off people, flying around in there. It's a good job.
1st and 10. The West trying to stay in front. They lead it right now, 13-7 on 1st down. And we have Noah under center again from Erie Mason. And he's looking to throw. Oh, and he is getting, almost brought down. This time he was brought down. Elijah Gordon, the safety from Midland, comes flying in to make the tackle after Connor Hindenock from Paw really slowed him down.
Great job on the back end this time, I thought, of the defensive backs here for the West. Really locked up the routes because I thought the O-line did a great job keeping them off Noah to begin with. And then that little clock goes off in your head, says, I'm going to get hit someplace. I got to start moving. And he tried to make something out of nothing. In that case, a little bit of a sack. Again, late defensive line play. Good job.
It will be 2nd down, 17 to go. Noah going to try to make up some of that man in motion. Is Nolan. He takes it on the sweep, but he doesn't have too much. A pickup of about 4 to the 31. Genna is standing on the sidelines right now, and she is with the state champ from Montague. Genna.
We're joined by quarterback Drew Collins, adding some extra points to the board. How well is this team meshing together?
The team had a really good week together, and I think that brotherhood's carrying on to the field, and you can see that in the first half.
And you played for Montague. You guys were the state champions in Division 6. How cool is it to extend your high school career to this moment here at the All-Star Game?
It's awesome. I mean, I didn't think I'd play in another big game like this in high school, but I just want to thank the coaches for the opportunity and Lawrence Tech and you guys for putting this on for us. It's awesome.
And lastly, Drew, where are you extending your college career to?
I'm going to Michigan Tech University. Go Huskies.
Go Huskies. All right. Thank you, Drew. Great work today. All right. Sending it back to you guys up in the booth.
Yeah, can they play some football at Montague?
Oh, that's every year. Every year, great football.
Every year. Drew was the Division 5 and 6 Player of the Year, 3-year starter. We'll tell you more about him later. Only a 4.3 grade point average. You know, the kid's got it all going on. But we just saw right there really our best defensive series that we have seen, Coach. It is now 4th and 22. Trouble with the snap there. The East is going to have to kick it away.
Yeah, little errant snap there. Noah doing the best he can, trying to do something. But again, the thunder coming from the defensive line, and then the back end of it, the coverage. We kind of saw it all in that series, so very good point. Everyone playing really good team defense there. As he mentioned, the brotherhood carries over onto the field, and that's what comes out.
So Bennett Smile back inside his own 10-yard line. The kicker from Grosse Pointe South wants to kick it away, but we have a break in the action here.
Delay a game. Waiting for a couple of guys to come on the field, and since it's their first punt, it's sometimes what happens in All-Star. Oh, geez, that's my spot. I got to get out there.
That's right. A little bit of scrambling going on. That's okay. So the East loses a few more yards. Bennett now at his own 2, ready to boot it away to a couple of guys with yellow hats on at about the 45. This one goes out of bounds at the 43. So West will take over in East territory, looking to add to their lead with 7 minutes to play. They are on top 13-7.
Kids are doing a great job. It is an extremely humid day. It's in pregame and on the sideline, you hear all that hydrate. You keep 5 kids with bottles in their hands at all times. It's a great job, able to stay in there and not cramp up, all those kinds of things. I hope that goes throughout our game here.
So we have 3 receivers this time on the bottom of your screen on 1st down. We have a handoff. That is number 6 coming around down to the 35-yard line. Austin Bills from Traverse City Central, the future Cardinal, as Saginaw Valley picking up a good chunk of yards on first down.
Once again, a good job by Josh Washington at the end to kind of, hem that in a little bit. But then Cameron Karp, who not only does things as a receiver in other sports, what a great block to spring that for a 7-yard gain. Again, a receiver blocking.
Absolutely, and we mentioned him. What a great athlete he is. This one is kept by the quarterback once again. Great job eluding defenders, keeping his feet going, getting down to the 22-yard line. And that is Carson Goelker, the man from Zeeland West. Coach, the Ducks, how about 50 points per game?
Man, oh man. That is absolutely fireworks every Friday night.
Carson played in the Tiki Bowl. We got a couple of guys who played in some big-time bowl games. We are glad to have him here at our All-Star game as well. Speaking of electric, there he is, Dorian Riley, bouncing down inside the 20, about the 17, pick up a 5 on first down.
And both the quarterbacks for the West are doing a great job, because what they're doing is reading an unblocked player and deciding whether to hand the ball off or keep it. So 2 plays ago, Carson says, oh, you're going to go outside, I'm going to stay inside. And this one he says, oh, you're going to stay inside, I'm going to give it outside. And you could see positive, positive, positive. What it does for the offensive lineman and say, look, we got to get those guys taken care of. He'll make the right read and make us right. What a great feeling that he's passing on to his O-line.
Absolutely, and that really says something too, Coach, doesn't it, when you're in an all-star game, to be able to pick that up. Like we keep mentioning, not a lot of practice. They got a couple days of practice, but you don't know what they're throwing at you. You have no idea what they're going to run. You don't have film on them or anything to be able to pick that up.
Well, and you have a great job of both by the players learning, coaches teaching, because there are several players, I'm sure, on each team who have totally different vocabulary, different names of things, so on and so forth. So they have to learn all that, as well as what is the skill that I'm going to apply that I've been learning.
Chocolate milk contains the right carb to protein ratio, scientifically shown to rebuild exhausted muscles. It provides fluids to rehydrate by delivering electrolytes such as calcium, potassium, sodium, and magnesium. Every other that you could possibly have. All that stuff that is lost in sweat. Chocolate milk also has vitamins and minerals to help build and maintain strong bones, essential in reducing the risk for stress fractures. Chocolate milk, it's the official drink of the 2021 Michigan High School Football All-Star Game. And Coach, you mentioned the coaches. You are a coach. How special is it for these guys to be out here? We know it's special for the kids, but a couple of the coaches told us, man, this was a dream for me too.
Every kid they work with wants to do exactly what they're being asked to do. What a great position to be in, and the excitement of being chosen to be an all-star coach is just as exciting as a player.
Here we go on second down. It is Riley bouncing outside. He is close to that first down before hitting the sideline, and it looks like he got it out of bounds at the 11.
And then
man,
sometimes
that kid's quick, isn't
just
he?
a little wiggle out of the guy if someone doesn't get a block is something that makes a big difference, because you can't always account for everybody. Great job right there of just putting down, going forward, getting that first down. Boy, he's impressive.
The West on the move again, out of bounds with 5:15 to play. They're hanging on to that 6-point lead. Looking to get over the 20 mark here before the half.
I believe that reading, that inside technique, is giving the West right now offensively a little bit of an advantage. I like how the O-line's talking to one another out there. Hey, who do you got? Hey, what do you got?
Goelker has done a good job. This time it is Tanner Williams looking for a hole. He gets down to the 6 where he is brought down.
Great defensive play there, actually. They're going to fake the ball inside there. Quarterback's going to have the ball behind his back. We used to know it as the old Statue of Liberty back in the day. And Tanner came around, and still, good play down there by the goal line. Got a little 5.5, 6-yard gain. Sets up a good opportunity here at 2nd and 5.
And, Coach, that's a play that you told us. They say, hey, we're going to try to sneak this one in. They thought they could pop one, but a great job by the D to keep him out of the end zone. And it will be the quarterback keeping it this time straight up the gut. He gets down close to the goal line. I believe it will be another first down. Let's see where they mark the knee down at.
55, Isaiah Daniels out of Warren Knott.
It might be just short. Third
Just short of another first
down and what? Maybe a foot to go.
Third down.
Big 75, Walker Martin pulling around on that Q power look right there. And you notice did a very, very smart thing, did Carson. Hey, there goes that big guy. I'm going to stay right behind him and go get myself 4 yards.
No doubt. Walker Martin, Montague, 6'3", 299. He was a captain and an all-stater. And here comes the QB. This time he is in. Goelker with the touchdown for the West Side as they increase their lead from 3 yards away.
You know, and sometimes you wonder, how can that reading somebody who's not being blocked be such an advantage? Well, you go ahead and ask like the Michigans and the Notre Dames and those big time programs who maybe played the Air Forces and the Navy and ask them about, you know, you're not getting blocked. How come it's so hard? When the quarterback is making good decisions, they makes the offensive line correct every time, and that's what we're witnessing right here, and they're doing a great job of it. Again, 2 days to prepare. Just phenomenal.
And here is the kick. It is up, and it is through. Mitchell Middleton, Thornapple Kellogg, getting his name in the book one more time with 3:43 to play. It is 20-7, the West Side leading the way so far as we are about to approach the half. Let's take a look at it one more time here. The touchdown play, what are you seeing, Coach?
Yep, it's going to look like jet sweep to the defense, so they're going to scrape outside with the backers. There comes the big fella getting around the corner, and then the Q just tucks it up in there, you know, and from the 1 yard line, very difficult to stop anyway. Very good read.
David Elmore pushing his QB into the end zone as well. The big fella from Muskegon. Coach, his nickname is Biscuit. That is his name. 6 feet, 275. His name really should be Pancake with all the blocks this dude picked up throughout the year.
Absolutely. It could be, though, that he liked biscuits when he was younger and just kept on eating them, and here at 275 it becomes his nickname.
Well, Biscuit, Pancake, whatever you want to call him. Listen to what his coach said. He is the best O-lineman we have had blocking in space and attaching to linebackers and even defensive backs. Now, this is at Muskegon High School. You think they've had some linemen through the years at Muskegon?
You betcha.
And he's saying this dude, Biscuit, might be the best one we've had yet. What does that tell you?
That's an outstanding statement to be made about a young man.
And the kick is just going to hit the end zone.
Mr. Kraft was wondering, please go in. Please
yeah, he
go
was.
In, please go
well, that
in.
wind just started blowing at the right time, too. He was hoping it was blowing south, and it did. The ball hits the end zone, so the East will take over as they pull it out of there. And they will try to cut into this deficit, which has now reached 2 scores. What do you expect here, Coach, out of these guys? They've been throwing the ball quite a bit. I would think we see more of the same right here as they're trying to catch up.
Well, you know, sometimes you say to yourself, and I like what I see here. I see number 13 in the backfield because he provides some sparks for you. Let's see, get him a couple more carries and see if he can't make something happen.
And Pittsford is back out, running the quarterback position. He hands it off. And this is number 1, Brian Evans from Detroit. Mumford, first team All-Detroiter. He had a 257-yard game, so they know he's explosive. They're trying to get a little bit of that right there, pick up a 4 yards. Let's head back down to the field where Genna has another man that found the end zone.
We're joined by quarterback Carson Goelker. Dialing back to that 3rd and 1, what did you see in order to get into the end zone?
I just found the big guard he's pulling. He's a big body, stayed behind him, and got the job done.
And you went to Zeeland West, correct? Yep. So looking back at your high school, what was your favorite memory with your football program?
I think playoff games are fun. We played Zeeland East in the playoffs the last 3 years, I think. And so those games are always just fun. The whole stadium's packed. I would say those games.
Yeah, absolutely. We do have a good turnout today considering the weather. Do you have anyone special in the stands today?
I have my family and my girlfriend in the stands right now, so yep.
You keep doing great. Thank you for your time, Carson. All right, sending it back.
You got to get that girlfriend shot out in there, you know.
Well, the girlfriend in the guard. If you're a quarterback, it's the girlfriend in the guard. Because you heard what he said first. I followed that big man around, and you better believe it, Carson. Stick behind those guys, and you can go out with your girlfriend after the game.
Yeah. If the guard does his job, you'll be good to go out with your girlfriend later in the game.
And as we're seeing, they're doing a heck of a job.
Well, it tells you what I know. We've had 2 running plays here on the first 2 plays of this drive with 2.5 to play. It is now 3rd and 4. East in blue. Pitchford with the ball. He hands it off to the truck, but he is hit. Mo Davis just met when he caught it by Jake Lamondon from Ludington. Another Ferris State Bulldog.
And I'll tell you what, I know Tony is going crazy. That was perfect scrape play, coming down, getting in the first gap he could, wrapping him up and running through him and driving down for a tackle. Phenomenal tackle right there.
Yeah, he's a 4-year player, 4 sacks this year, 4 forced fumbles as well. Helped the Orioles win their first playoff game ever, Coach. They beat Bay City John Glenn earlier this year. And he will be heading right across the road a little bit, I guess, from Ludington over there to Big Rapids to play. As you mentioned, once again, Tony and East.
I just thought it was a lot of fun for me to talk to the coaches a little bit before the game, and they were talking about the 3 linebackers on both sides and just the fact that they understand their keys, because what someone on offense does dictates a little bit of how you're going to move and what gap you're going to fill, and you just saw a phenomenal play right there because of that.
So it looks like the West is going to get one more chance here to put some points on the board. They lead it 20-7, 2:13 to go. Then it's Smile back to punt one more time here on 4th and 3.
And this is that situation where a lot of times when you win the toss, you're going to pick defense first, because if they hold them here and either score or don't, when they come back out, they get the football.
Absolutely. So here we go. On 4th down, the Grosse Pointe South grad about to put his foot on it, gets it away, and it heads toward the sideline. Just shy of the 40, about the 41. Great field position with just over 2 minutes to go for the West Side to try to do it one more time.
Looks like Trinidad's going to come out. I believe it's his series to run here for the West as the QB. And I think we're going to probably see a little bit more of the same. But, you know, with 2:06, we might see them try to put the ball in the air a little bit here. That said, their run game has been lethal.
Head coach of the West team, and Kelly Rizzo, assistant coach of the West team.
Yeah, here we go. Trinidad, Chambliss, Forest Hills Northern, all-conference dream team, Grand Rapids dream team that is. Handoff goes outside. Cameron Carp from Marquette picks up a couple, and the clock is still moving.
Good linebackers, great play out there. Much better defended on the jet sweep there. Penninger got out there from Livonia Franklin to make that tackle. But again, it was an opportunity where the defense came up and filled the correct gaps, and instead of a 5 or 7 yard game, they hold them down to 2 or 3.
So we got 3 receivers at the top. Here comes the man in motion. Fakes the handoff to him on the sweep. Oh, Trinidad is picked off. That is number 12, Donovan Cole.
So Donovan was selected as one of the quarterbacks, and he also plays linebacker. Well, geez, put him in the slot, throw him the ball, because with that catch right there, that was pretty impressive, and he just took that thing like it's his job. So very well done by Donovan.
Absolutely. So now the East back in business. The second interception of the day by the West. They've got 45 yards to go. Jalen Pitchford from Wyandotte Roosevelt, the Northwood signee, coming in under center. He is going to try to take advantage of that interception by Detroit Western's Donovan Cole. He'll be playing football at Graceland University here. Also, point guard on the basketball team. Just another great athlete out here, Coach. Here we go.
See if they can flip the script here and turn this into their score.
On first down, little short hop there in front of Justice Tuggle. We've said his name already. Another Detroit guy, Central High School, will be playing at Bethune-Cookman.
I like what the offense did there. They've had some success in the flat, trying to get him something out there, give him a little bit of room to roam. Just a little bit short on the throw there by Jalen. See if they can put something together here on 2nd and 10.
He's got big Mo Davis standing next to him in the backfield. 3 receivers up high. Here comes Jalen over the middle. This is picked off. Luke McLean, the future Grand Valley Laker, with the interception. He takes it across the 40.
Again, another kid from a great program in Rockford. Needless to say, year after year, they produce great football teams and great football players. Roman in the middle.
So here we go. We're just going back and forth here. 1 minute now for the West Side to try to get a couple of points on the board. And do not forget, Coach, these guys can also kick the ball. Middleton has a 52-yard field goal to his name. As we mentioned earlier, he's a top 100 kicker in the nation. Maybe they give him a shot here if they get within distance. QB rolling out, rolling, just kind of flipped this one out of bounds. Drew Collins from Montague says, I will live to play another down.
You know, everyone's going to say, hey, you had 13 wide open down the sideline. Just throw it to Blake. But, you know, when your eyes is a cue, number 1, are running away from pressure. Number 2, trying to find the closest guy to you. It's not always easy to see that. You know, he'll see it in film and go, oh. But, again, they don't get film study. They don't get all those, hey, this is what this defensive back does, this linebacker. They just come here, prepare a couple days, learn what they learn, come out here and play.
Well, and they're also receivers who you don't know.
That's correct.
You got no chemistry with this guy.
Absolutely. Great point.
So here we go. On 2nd down, Tanner Williams in motion. He gets the ball around the outside. He cuts back in. He is across the 40 down to the 36 for the future Ashland Eagle.
Brought down by number 40.
Marcus Scheitzer right there from the linebacker position, coming from the opposite side of the field. Great hustle. Great hustle. Great run. Great hustle by the linebacker to make a play there.
The clock has started. 1st down. It is Collins looking to go. He has got a man wide open. Cameron Karp eludes a tackle and is brought down at this 7-yard line. The man from Muskegon, Marquette. Not close. They both start with an M, though, making that big play. The UP Player of the Year.
Great throw, great job looking down the sideline. Number 3 running kind of a wheel route, but didn't just throw it up the field, threw it to him to have a completion made, and he made the best of it, and here they are on the 11-yard line.
So here comes Collins, but we have a whistle, and we have a timeout by the West Side. Wow, what a throw there, Coach. What a play. And how about the little juke making a miss there to pick up a couple extra.
Got a linebacker flying at you. You put that foot in the ground, go inside. And then what I like is he said, I'm coming at you, defensive back. I'm going to take you in the end zone. And all set up by Drew having really good poise. You know, he could have thrown it earlier, could have thrown it, but you know what? He picked the right timing. And you mentioned it just a second ago. They don't know each other very well. I'm going to throw this ball to that guy and have him make a play. And here we are setting ourselves up at a 12 for another score.
Absolutely. They can really take a big lead. 20 points here going into half. 1st down. They got plenty of time to make something happen, Coach. What are you telling your kids? You take a timeout here. What are you telling them in this situation?
Well, offensively, you're saying, hey, guys, you know what? We're going to do this. If you're going to be short, we got to either hustle to the line or get out of bounds. And defensively, they're just saying, guys, we have to lock down. We have no choice but to lock down here.
And the West Side, if they do not convert right away, they do have 2 timeouts left.
And that's nice to have in your pocket right here. Very good coaching, management of the clock there.
So here we go. Austin Bills, the man in the backfield. Here comes Tanner, and it's going to be the QB taking it up the middle inside the 5. Collins is brought down right there, and we have another timeout by the West. 20 ticks left on the clock.
Again, he's going to follow that guard, look jet sweep out to the left. They're going to pull that right guard around. He's going to get in his hip pocket. And again, 6-yard gain. I'll tell you what, if you're coaching football and you're getting 6 yards at a time, you're a pretty happy camper.
Absolutely. Coach, how hard is it to coach this game? Is it hard? Obviously, you got a lot of weapons. You know you're going to have some talent. But to come up with some game plan, to come up with some plays, like what goes into that?
I'll tell you what, this goes way back to the Alfred Costa days and learning from him. He had a KISS technique. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
So you keep things simple so the kids aren't doing a lot of thinking, so they're able to then utilize their talent in their best ways. Yeah. I just love how they've added that read game for that cue, and I really believe that's been a difference so far.
Well, here we go, 2nd and 5. It is going to be Riley bouncing.
Oh, Howard.
Is he across? He
Howard.
is across. It's Dorian Riley. Man, he has been great today. He gets his name in the scorebook with a touchdown. The Jackson record-setting senior.
It's not hard to see when any of these kids do something so well. Then you look at what's going on, and we'll watch it here in a replay. As he's going to first get outside, quarterback makes a good read on that D tackle. Oh, the outside's open, get up in there, and then powering in.
Kyle Main from Frankenmuth doing a good job there. Riley followed him as the kick is up, and it is through, and it is now a 20-point lead for the West Side. 27-7 with 14 seconds left to play in the first half. Kyle Main, what a great year for Frankenmuth, Coach. They rushed for 2,600 yards this season.
And
only 5 sacks allowed.
And let's remember, that's not a full season. It's not 9, 10, 11, 12 games.
Yeah.
It's probably a 6 or 7 games, depending how deep they went, and that is just impressive.
Yep, great job there, and that's the man Riley was following. As you mentioned, just an impressive day so far for West, and they've thrown a couple of picks as well. They still have 27 points on the board.
And again, they've also got the ball twice on their own. Where they intercepted there, they got a fumble earlier. So, that game, which you're going to expect in guys not knowing one another and so on and so forth, those things happen. But they've really taken advantage of their opportunities, and talk to any coach. When a game is big, if you give me the ball extra times, I'm going to be a very happy person.
Well, the East is going to try to make something happen, and it may be up to these guys. Nolan Vanover. We've got Eric Kraft out there from Waterford Kettering. And also Zach Horkey looking to make a return. Well, they're not going to get a chance. It's Pooch down there. And it is brought in by Kraft, who just falls on it. So they got 79 yards to go in 13 seconds. We'll see if they even attempt to make a play or if they just take the knee.
I'd imagine maybe they'll hand the ball off, but I don't think they'll put something down the field. But you know what? It is an all-star game.
We've got Beaudry out there from Erie Mason.
Got Jamison in the backfield. Let's see if they say, you know what? Let's just give this bolt of lightning a shot here maybe.
3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. They do look like they're going to launch one. There it is, down the sideline, and it is picked off, and what an incredible interception down there. Nate Melanowski, East Grand Rapids. The future Miami of Ohio player.
And you can
Once
see
again, little Maction.
Absolutely. He stayed on top of the receiver, meaning he was deeper. Noah went to go for a back shoulder, left it a little bit inside. What a great adjustment to come and catch that football.
Absolutely. Tremendous interception. You see why he's a D1 player. There was a hold on the play. That's going to be declined. And now you got 7 seconds. You see the reason why some coaches do take a knee in that situation, because of that exact thing right there. Now 7 seconds, 45 yards to go. Coach, if you're on the sideline right now, what are you doing? You taking a shot at the end zone, or are you just going to eat it?
Don't forget we got a great kicker. Don't forget we're up 20. I'm going to try and get maybe a 10-yard gain and bring him out for a 50-yarder. Why not? It's an all-star game. Let's see what they can make happen here. Because they, I believe, have a timeout left as well.
Carson Goelker standing at the 50. He takes the snap, and he is looking to launch it. He rolls, and he is going for it all. And it is brought in. Incredible. Cameron Karp, the touchdown. 45 yards as time expires.
Hey, just like we said, roll them out, get out of trouble, throw it late, and have a great athlete playing everything and have him make a great play. Holy smokes.
Absolutely incredible, Coach. It looked like there was no chance on earth for him to bring it in. Let's take another look at it.
You're going to see Carson's going to get outside here. Going to find a little bit of room. Just launch it, and his kid never gives up. Wow, what a play. Phenomenal play.
Incredible. Well, that's why he was the Upper Peninsula Player of the Year. And, Coach, we talked about how he's going to play hoops as well at Northern. How about the fact he won the 200-meter dash in the UP? State champ, runner-up in the 100. Marquette wins 2 playoff games for the first time in school history. Absolutely incredible way to go off the field. What a turnaround. We thought East might cut into this sucker. Oh, no, sir. West now adds another 7 to the board. 34-7 going into the half.
What a great showing offensively. And the defense only lost in this. His defense only gave up 7 points. So that's a great job. I was just going to mention, you brought this up. Kids from Marquette, from Blessing, from Bisfield, from Lenawee Christian. A lot of these guys don't know these programs.
No.
You know, so here's an opportunity to get to play with those guys, learn a little bit. It's pretty awesome.
Absolutely. That is a great point, Coach. I mean, you don't get to see Marquette too often. You don't get to see Lenawee Christian all that often. Incredible play, incredible athlete, and we are going to get a chance to hear from him. Let's do it right now. Genna Rose down there with Mr. Buzzer Beater. Go ahead, Genna.
We're now joined by Cameron Karp. Phenomenal catch. What were you able to see in that moment to be sure you were in the right spot at the right time?
Honestly, I just saw the ball in the air. I'm running down the field, bumping into guys left and right, but all I did was just track that shit down, or my bad, track it down, and good little over-the-shoulder catch. Great throw by my quarterback, and I just came down with it, held on to it.
And you're a dual sport athlete. You're going into college playing 2 sports. You're going to be playing football and basketball. What's it like? What skill sets translate over into this game for you?
Certainly the quickness, playing a point guard, you got to be shifty and quick. So that certainly is, that's my whole game right there, is being able to beat guys, get past guys. That's my whole MO.
And you're playing in 3 different all-star games. What does it mean to you to be considered in all of those games?
It means the world, man. I never thought I would be as successful in my high school career as I was, and I can't thank everyone that's helped me enough to help me get to this point and play in all these games.
And lastly, where are you sending your college career to?
My family, my girlfriend, and my fans back home.
All right, thank you so much for your time, Cameron. Great work. All right, sending it back to you guys.
Hey, he's pretty relaxed and pretty doggone excited.
Yeah, he sure is. What an incredible play to end it. Just awesome. What action, Coach. Explosive plays. We had the 2 huge runs, and now that play to end the half. Just awesome job. And we are going to go back to Genna now with the 3rd member of our team, kind of talking to the 3rd member of the team of this game.
Absolutely.
She is with the white hat down there, Genna.
We're now joined by Derek Woodworth, who is representing all the officials who are here today. Really quickly, Derek, can you just tell us and introduce us to who's on the crew?
Sure. Again, I'm Derek Woodworth from Swartz Creek. We've got Joel Barnes from Birch Run, Jason Green from South Lion, Sean Amos from Howell, Dan Musoff from Lansing, Greg Moose from Canton, and Todd Gooding from Portage.
Well, thank you all for coming here. We're so happy because you guys are bringing years of experience to this game, and you guys have been a part of finals, big games in the past. What's it like for you specifically to be doing a game like this, the All-Star Game?
This is a blast. We're all having great times. We got different levels of experience amongst the guys. I'm kind of the rookie actually in the group, and I'm just having a ball. So and it's so great to be out here now that we're kind of through COVID and all of that, and it's just great to be back and we're having fun.
And you said you're one of the rookies in the group. Tell me, what inspired you to take on this position to be an official?
Well, I've been officiating since I was 15, so this is my 36th year doing hockey and some other sports, but football, I've coached football, I've played football, I've had kids playing football, so once I stopped coaching, I started doing football again, and I'm having a great time.
Yeah, 15 you started at a young age, and finally here at State Champs, we love to let the next generation know that they can be officials and give back to the game. What advice would you have for someone who's looking to pursue that route?
Listen, don't be scared of this. It's so much fun. The bad stuff is far outweighed by the fun and the good stuff and the camaraderie and the things that we get out of this. Pay has nothing to do with it, although sometimes it's kind of nice. We just love the games, whatever sport it is, and we're having a blast, and that's what brings us out.
I absolutely love that. Derek, thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, absolutely. Those guys are so important, and so many great guys around the state, like Derek up in my neck of the woods up there in the Flint area by Swartz Creek. Just so many great, 35 years. He means a lot to this community. Everybody knows these guys because they may have been referees with you. They were referees when I was playing as well, and now these guys, they are so important. If you have any interest, go out there and sign up to help out because there is a need for referees.
Absolutely. Great point made. They do a phenomenal job. They take a lot of heat.
Yeah.
They really do. And I think as fans, as coaches, and as people who are a part of this game, we need to recognize, I'm going to tell you right now, he's not making $50,000 a year being a ref. It's $50, $60 for a game, and we need to make sure that we understand how important they are and treat them as such because they're a huge part of high school football, and we need more of them. Absolutely.
All right, Coach, each year the MHSFCA selects 14 present and former coaches to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. These legendary coaches must have coached a minimum of 20 years in Michigan middle or high schools and or won 100 games as a head coach. This year's induction class is a stellar group of coaches from around the state. Now, due to anticipated COVID restrictions, the banquet and induction ceremony was postponed. We will find out when that will be at a later date. In the future, Hall of Fame events will be run in conjunction with All-Star Weekend. So, Coach, I know you know a number of these guys. Give us a list of who we've got going into the Hall this year.
Well, we've got Rip Applin from Fenton and Boyne City. We've got Jeff Bissell from the Bay City All Saints. Tody Blankenship, who's been at numerous schools, including Detroit Southwestern. George Gardy out of Elkton, Pigeon Bayport. Andre Harlan from Detroit Western International. Dave Lawrence, again, numerous schools, Ann Arbor Gabriel Shard being one of them. David Marsh from Brighton. Bob Odenovic from Tecumseh, Ottawa Lake, Whiteford. Dan Ristow from Smart Middle School. Great to see a middle school guy get recognized there. I like that. Bill Santilli from Crystal Falls Forest Park. Chris Schrabanen from Portland St. Patrick. David Schwartz from Essexville and Garber. Robert Snell Jr. from Redford Thurston, and Tom Wolentowski from Ida. And again, the longevity of coaching 20, we heard the ref talking about 35 years. The time these guys put in is just amazing. So really proud of these gentlemen. It's a great feat for them, not only just to be nominated as there were many, but then to be inducted. So real proud of them. I know that's a great feeling because they've touched thousands upon thousands of lives.
That's what I was going to say. Congrats to them, and thank you for all you have done helping develop the young men of the future of this state and maybe some coaches in the future as well. Congratulations to all of those guys. It is 34-7. The West is on top. We will be back with the second half right after this.
No one is born a world-class athlete. It takes passion and perseverance. It takes courage and resilience. It takes real work, day in and day out. Real, low-fat chocolate milk helps you repair, rebuild, and refuel muscles. Chocolate milk, the unofficial sports drink of athletes everywhere.
Hear that? Cheese, sesame. It's saying, see this bubbling goodness? That's pure 100% real mozzarella, sitting on the freshest dough this side of Sicily, surrounded by the original flavored crust. You see, most pizzas don't speak unless they have something good to say. But when they have this much irresistible flavor, they never shut up. Now get a meal deal for any budget starting at the irresistible price of just $5.99.
Hungry?
Howie!
The skills competition. This is East versus West. My name is Lauren Plant. I am joined by Scout team member Scott Bernstein. So this is kind of a special Scout show as we've got a lot of guys, Scott, that are going to be moving on to the next level here. And this is really fun. We get an opportunity for them to challenge each other, compete against each other in a really unique way.
Yeah, this is it's all about making memories. That's what high school football is all about, and that's what all-star games are all about. And I'm really excited. We're going to kick off this event with the dime droppers.
That's right. So here's what we've got.
The sugar dimes.
Yes, exactly. So team in white, that is the West All-Stars. The team you're seeing on your screen in blue, that is the East All-Stars. And I'll tell you, he's running it up. All right, so they're throwing from the 40. So the first one.
Tight spiral.
And that one's into the end zone. Looks like about 5 yards deep into the end zone.
Now it's going to be Trinidad Chambliss from Grand Rapids, Forest Hills North.
Listen, so I want to enjoy this. Pittsburgh.
Trinidad Chambliss.
Check that. Trinidad Chambliss. That one deep in the end zone. That's the farthest throw so far. The West are going to get the point in this one. So we're going to move on to event number 2. Now, this is going to be a wide receiver combine drill, and it's about catches. So the selected wide receivers are going to go through a series of catches. Okay, this should be Nolan Vanover. All right. Well, all these guys have caught them all. Oh, looks like East is celebrating. So maybe there was a drop earlier in there that I missed.
Blake Bosman was going to Western Michigan.
Looks like East are getting the event for this one. So we're tied at an event apiece. Event 3 is a kicking event. So this is going to be a kicking accuracy event. We've just got 2 competitors, one from the East, one from the West. They're going to kick an extra point. They're going to kick at the 20-yard hash, the right hash. They're going to kick at the 20 left hash, at the 30 and the 40. Now, if they make it from the 40, that's going to be 3 points. Otherwise, each kick is 1 point each. Interesting. So they're going to start from the 40 and move their way up, I guess, until the tie is broken. Kick is up. It's on the way, and good. That is good.
That's good.
Ladies and gentlemen, he nails it. So
that was Seamhall.
Yeah. Could be pronounced Smeal.
Is that?
Or it's Smehall. It's Smeal or Smehall. So I apologize if we're saying it wrong. But Grosse Pointe South knows him, loves him. Mitchell Middleton is going to have to make this one from the 40. Otherwise, the event goes to the East.
Middleton's got ice in his veins.
So right now, lots of trash being talked. There's lots of smack going out.
All in good fun, though. You can tell these guys have enjoyed
being
on campus here the last couple days. And really, like I said, getting that last taste of that high school camaraderie. I'm sure a lot of these guys on each team know their teammates from.
No doubt.
I believe this
last
is
2 guys.
I think this is Bryden Evans from Mumford.
And Tanner Williams from Grand Haven. Okay. I'm not sure if they went in the order that was on our sheet, so just know that East in blue.
I think for the West Jackson and McLean flipped.
Boy, the East just killed it on this one. They killed it, and they are celebrating. Fastest man going to the East squad. All right, so this they are selecting the linemen who are going to receive the kicks, and this could determine who is the champions. And trust me, you will know by the celebration on the field who is this year's MHSFCA All-Star Skills Competition champion. So again, just to let you guys know, Teams arrived on Thursday. Normally you get 3 days to practice for a game like this, but because this year and everything that's gone on, teams arrived on Thursday. They've had 2-a-days, in some cases 3-a-days, yesterday and today. They'll even practice tonight. And to get ready for the game tomorrow, 1 o'clock here live at Lawrence Tech, $10 tickets, $5 parking. Please come, support the kids. You also, if you can, and we understand, you can join us here on State Champs Sports Network. We'll have the full play-by-play. Ryan Slocum and Richie Popp on the call tomorrow. Genna Rose on the sideline.
Let me just add that the offer, the opportunity to play in this game is as prestigious as they come.
They'll never
just
forget
do a
it.
Google search and look at the roster, the index of players that have played in this game since it started in 1981, and you will see dozens of future NFL players and hundreds of future Division I college football players.
Yeah. And what's great also about this is that, a lot of times the Division I players just aren't allowed to compete in a postseason tournament, especially so close to training camp. So a lot of these guys are Division II. They are NAIA players, but
They're
make
still
no
part of the fraternity.
Make
They're
no
still part
bones
of that
about it.
All-Star game fraternity.
And they are going to have opportunities to play and at the next level.
I think your
and
point
this
is
awesome.
that back in the day, when these All-Star games first started, it was like everybody played.
Everybody played.
There were no really restrictions.
And I would love for it to go back to that again, but we are in these times. So we do not know who these guys are. Just know that West is in blue, and West is in white, and East is in blue. And so the first kick is going to be coming shortly. So they are going to receive punts. Each catch is worth 3 points. And this is what they call the soft hands competition big boy punt return.
The big fellas.
That's right. So I give them credit for even pulling this event off.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But white
so that
hat.
means white one? That means
Right.
West one? Okay,
Or
so
white,
so from what I was told here about the East, it said blue won 3 of the 4 racing events, but right had the lowest combine
I
speed.
think they meant white.
White, excuse me, had the lowest combine speed, so they won the event. Interesting. Sorry, we were briefed a little bit on how it was going to work, but it's not on my notes. And, all right, so it's not just winning the event. It was actually they added up all the times. I think I even knew that, but they added up all the times. And
that first kick wasn't receivable.
Okay, so
or returnable.
Yeah. So here we go. Let's get back to the action. Well, thank you, State Champs team, for clarifying that so that we understand. It was the scores were added up. I was told that, and then the lowest scores gives them the win. Here's the punt. That's up. Is he going to be able to catch this one? No.
Both of them were kind of out of reach, even for a seasoned return man.
Yeah. So
he looks a bit frustrated.
Well, these guys are definitely not seasoned return men. That is true.
But every now and then you see one of the big fellas that are super agile, have those soft hands. And
absolutely.
Next thing you know, they're picking up a fumble and going 75 yards for a touchdown.
No doubt. All right, we are getting ready for another kick. It's going to be coming up here shortly.
I like the T-shirts. I like the logo.
Yeah.
I like the logo.
Yeah, that's a classic logo they've got. The logo you see on the scoreboard, that's our logo for this year. And the kicker's up, and this one is caught. That's big. That's big.
Like, I might be a big guy, but I can still do what the little guys do.
That's a good dig. I like how the big guys are taking their shirts off, too. Show it all, boys.
No shame.
It's
no
so
body
wet.
shaming.
It's so wet out, and it is hot. It is hot. So I get it. All right, here we go. There's a kick up. He's under it. Oh, couldn't time it.
It's like getting a fly ball.
And
just let it bounce in front of him.
His team is not happy with it.
Like a center fielder.
They're not happy with that.
Misjudged it just a little bit.
But still giving him some love.
It's not easy.
No, it's not.
Especially if it's something that you've never really trained for.
That's true. And, and again, the fun part of it is that the other team picks who's going to catch him, and they think they're going to pick the here we go. Ouch.
Right off his shoulder.
Yeah, that doesn't feel good. Good try, though, my man.
I like his locks. Great hair.
All right. So I believe we've got one catch for the West, which is 3 points, and it's added to the finals. I'm for the East, I mean. Sorry, East. I don't know why I think East should be in white. This is West. Oh, no, that's not going to happen. So no good. So basically the catch is 3 points that's added to the final team score, and we're going to find out pretty soon who won this event, who won the skills competition overall.
One more, I think.
Yep, we still got one more. I believe.
It really is a gorgeous facility here on the campus of Lawrence Tech. I mean,
yeah, it's come a long way. It's come a long way. We're at Northwestern and 10 Mile, right off the lodge. And again, the rain going sideways.
And I know I'm a little biased, but I think this is a sleeping giant.
Yeah.
For what it can become as a football program.
There are 3 players in this game tomorrow who are Lawrence Tech recruits, and we'll talk about them. You actually, if you're watching the broadcast tomorrow, you get to meet them. We're going to make sure we do an interview with them on the field, and this will be their college football home. The Mid-States Conference in the NAIA, one of the most challenging in the NAIA. Several national champions have come in at that. It consists of Concordia, Spring Arbor, now Madonna and Lawrence Tech in Michigan, and several Indiana schools. Here's the kick. It's up. He circles under. Oh, it was in his hands.
He had it in the breadbasket.
It was in his hands. That's a wet ball out there, too. That is a wet ball. So
you combine the fact that you've never trained for this with the elements, and it's a difficult ask.
The guy, I'll give credit to the kickers. They're putting nice easy
to
balls.
The first big fella from the east side who made that look real easy.
Here's the next one. It's up. And
there he is.
Oh.
East has got 2.
Oh, and
he wants to tell him about it. He wants to tell the other big guys, I can do it.
Tell him about it. Yeah, I believe he has a few choice words that he is saying. He's saying, you can't touch this.
That's hilarious. This kid's got a lot of personality.
He does. So, again, this is great team bonding for East, man. You know, tomorrow they're going to line it up, and they're all going to play for each other, and they are going to see who's going to walk away as champions.
Great? You know, even like I said before, that a lot of these guys probably know each other. A lot of the East Side guys probably know the East Side guys and the West Side guys. But you make these bonds, you know, with the West Side guys that are meeting the East Side guys, even though they're not on the same team. You're in the dorm, you're playing, you know, you're doing reps with them. Well, so, you know, that builds a bond that, you know, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, they can run into each other. Like, hey, we played in that game. We were at Lawrence Tech for those 3 days.
Well, and the interesting thing is, too, is on the West and the East, you've got hardcore rivals that went up against each other, now teammates. You know, I know that Marcus Chitterser from Howell and one of the linebackers from Brighton are both, you know, starting linebackers for tomorrow. Oh, here it goes. Here's what I talked about. The team that loses gets a Gatorade shower. So
West got
a catch. They did get on the board, which could help them overall with points. But the losing coach is going to get dumped with very ice-cold water.
They're making their preparations.
So what this is telling me is if East dunks the West coach, that means East has won.
And
there you go.
Someone's doing
cartwheels. Here we go. And this was agreed upon before, so the coaches did know losing coach was going to get a shower. Oh, yeah. There it is. So Zeitman, the head coach, is
wasn't that bad.
Nah. It was. Welcome back to Blue Devils Stadium on the campus of Lawrence Tech University in Southfield. It is the 39th annual Michigan High School Football Coaches Association East-West All-Star Game. We are about to kick off the second half. The West with a huge lead after a 45-yard touchdown right at the buzzer. They lead the East 34-7. Thank you for joining us. Ryan Slocum here along with Coach Popp. And we have Genna Rose down on the sideline working the interviews for us after all of the big plays. Coach, big plays have been the story of this game so far, haven't they?
Absolutely. Big plays, consistency, a couple of turnovers turned into some touchdowns by the West. A couple of turnovers that the East got and were unable to capitalize on has been the big difference. But I'll tell you what, the dagger is that last throw. Anytime there's no time on the clock and someone's laying in the end zone, it's not you, it's a really tough one.
Yeah,
really tough one.
And it came off a turnover, and they score there with 12 seconds to play. The West kicking off to the East. It is Nolan Hanover taking the kick. He is going to be brought down inside of his own 20. It was Cameron Karp from Marquette grabbing that 45-yard touchdown. We also had a huge run from Dorian Riley. He is from Jackson, a 49-yard run down to the 1-yard line, and you can't forget the man from Lenawee Christian, Chesser. How about a 55-yarder for a touchdown?
I would look at possibly getting him the football a couple more touches. Yeah, I think he only touched the ball twice. He had 2 runs, I believe. Let's see if we can't get him the ball, or maybe a little swing pass. He's got great speed.
Well, he's out there right now, 2 backs in the backfield, along with Noah Beaudry. And on first down, they do run the ball. Just a couple of yards on that pickup. If they want to get back in it, Coach, they got to make something happen here pretty quick. 34-7 at the half.
Absolutely got to do something. But again, you can't abandon everything. You know, you've had a couple days to prepare, so do a couple things. A little Q power right there, following the running back through the hole that time. See if they can't spring something.
Maurice Davis back there from East Point. You know, his coach said, Al Demps, defenses have nightmares about him. That's about as good of a quote as you will hear. This is aired out, and he has got his man. It is number 7, Zach Corky from Blissfield, the All-Stater, bringing in perhaps the biggest play of the day there for the East Side, at least through the air.
Started with the protection. Noah had an opportunity to look downfield. Saw his guy had a little space between him and the DB. Put it on the outside shoulder. Great ball, great catch. And let's see if the East doesn't get a little spark from that, get a score here.
Coach, we've been talking about multiple sport athletes, and they are all over the field today. Corky's one of them. He's going to Bowling Green, will be a baseball player there. He is playing in the baseball all-star game as well. 444 average.
That's stinging the ball, buddy.
Career best from his school. 35 touchdowns in his career. This one's going to be kept by Noah up the gut, and he picks up 5 on first down.
And you can see the East is taking a little page out of the book of the West, make a little look, it's going this way, and then get something up the middle. Nice job there, good up front blocking. Again, 2nd and 5 is a phenomenal position to be in.
And that's what Noah does, man. He can run it, he can throw it. 5,700 yards through the air in his career, 4,500 on the ground.
Yeah, he's had, I know, a couple of 250-yard running games as a quarterback, as well as some 300-yard throwing games.
Almost 110 touchdowns in his career. He has East in action. He does hand it to the man from Lenawee Christian. Just a pickup of a couple there for Chesser.
And probably what we're going to get now is an explosive, 35-yard run out of him, because he's got to work with that average, right? He was at 14-7.
14-6.
We bumped it up to 22-5 over here in the first half. So, hey, let's go.
Yeah, and that is another kid. He kicked a 47-yard field goal in his career. So he's another one that can do everything. Threw a couple of touchdowns out here today. He is running, and there he is, number 13. He goes into the slot with the big fella standing next to Noah in the backfield.
Versatility. There they go, exposing
they sling it out. It is Vanover, cannot bring it in, and that brings up a 4th down. I fully expect them to go here, down 34-7.
I agree 100% on there. Again, though, exposing that flat, I think it was a good play choice. Just got to catch that ball first, and he knows it more than anybody. That's one of the things Noah will be in the huddle saying, hey, that's all right, man, you get the next one, right?
Absolutely. Pump up your boys. 4 more yards to go. With 9:12 on the clock, we have just started the third quarter. First drive of the second half.
First empty look we've had here.
Absolutely 5 wide now for Noah. He slings it just short of Justice Tuggle from Detroit Central.
And I'll tell you what, Elijah Gordon did a really nice job of saying, look, they're not going to throw this ball deep. They're going to get it for a first down. I'm going to kind of be steadfast, not move my feet deep. And I know that Noah saw him, and that ball's in the ground on purpose, so that could have been a pick six. Very good defense by Elijah on that one.
So it is a turnover on downs for the East. The explosive West squad coming out here one more time, looking to put more points on the board. It looks like, is it Goelker? Who do we have here at quarterback?
Yep,
it is.
There's Carson
Keeps it
taking it up
the middle, and he nearly gets the first down on first down. Takes it almost to that 43-yard line, right up the middle once again on that read.
That's right. Read the guy. If he's going outside, I'm going inside. Another one of the differences in the college and high school game is the hashes are a little bit closer. So when you see guys in a trip set for 3 receivers on one side, even though the ball's near the hash, it's because there's more room. You're able to do that.
So here we go. Second and short for Carson. He has Dorian Riley from Jackson standing next to him. In motion is Karp, and it is Karp on the sweep. He picks up the first before getting knocked out of bounds at the 46.
And Tanner Williams doing a good job coming from that number 2 receiver and sealing that end so Carson could get outside that and make a first down. Again, I'm super impressed with the blocking by the wide receivers. Needless to say, the O-line does it all the time, and they're phenomenal what they're doing. But just a lot of times you don't get guys want to go out there and get nasty like that, and they're doing a great job for the West.
As we wait for the play to get called in here, Coach, we have doing some projects here with the Coaches Association, working with the Detroit Lions, actually.
Getting some great support for the Coaches Association. We'll talk about those in a minute.
Here comes the man in motion, Williams. He takes it, and he's coming to the bottom of your screen. He's got some room. He's got the first down. He is almost to the 40-yard line across midfield and into East territory.
Yeah, so the 3 projects we're talking about a Lions Charity Bowl grant program to assist getting tackle wheels. Teaching the kids proper technique to tackle in high school is so important to get their head out of the game. They're going to partner with the Lions through the High School Game of the Week program, which is very exciting. So weekly they'll have a Game of the Week sponsored by the Lions, again, supporting our high school kids. And then finally, the Football Coach Association and the Lions getting the Public School League. They're going to do a pilot program with high school girls flag football, so that's really exciting.
Sure is. First down now. And he is keeping it this time.
Good
Goelker
defense. Good defense.
Brought down at the 40 after a gain of 1.
Josh Washington doing a good job at that end, and then they had a nice scrape by the linebacker, Brendan Mercer from Brighton, coming over the top there and cleaning that pile up. Much better defended there.
You've said Josh's name a couple of times. Sterling Heights Stevenson, D lineman, tight end. How about the size on this fella? 6'7", 225. He'll be playing ball in Mount Pleasant, Central Michigan.
Yes, absolutely. Going to be a stud for them, I believe, too. He seems to be a real smart football player out there reading that tackle block.
Austin Bills in the backfield. Williams in motion again. Doesn't get it this time. It is slinged out to Karp. And they are getting comfortable together, aren't they, Coach? That's another first down.
They sure are. And I really like what Carson did there. They're playing the safety off at about 11 yards, and they're saying, you're not going to cover my number 2. I'll just throw it out there to a heck of a receiver and let him make things happen, and we'll get 1st and 10 again. Very smart choices.
They are really doing work. They are just knifing through the defense on this drive. First down after first down as they march down. Now inside the 30. And this time the ball is handed off to Bills. Oh, great cut there, and he's out of here. Touchdown, West Side, Austin Bills out of Traverse City Central.
Boy, great up front, doing their reach blocks, getting outside shoulder of the defensive line. Then again, a receiver coming down and getting on the linebacker who looks like he's going to be there to make a play. And as you said, a little dip to the outside and up the sideline goes Mr. Bills for the touchdown.
Yeah, let's take another look at it, Coach.
Watch
They
this
waited,
receiver.
waited, and there he goes.
Big two receiver blocks end up springing. Instead of maybe a 7 or 8, 9-yard gain, it ends up being a touchdown run. Again, sacrificing. That's a great job.
And how about the big fella hanging right there with him, Walker Martin, almost step for step, racing to the goal line.
And let's all be honest, 100% of anything that we see positive offensively or defensively starts at the line of scrimmage. And the West today, obviously indicative of the score at 41-7, is really saying that their line is playing extremely well today.
Absolutely. From Montague, he knows a thing or two about winning.
You're not
That's
kidding.
for sure. And he can play on the other side of the ball as well. 11.5 tackles for loss last season in 2019. His career on varsity, how does 34-5 sound?
That sounds not too shabby.
That's a pretty good run.
That's a pretty good run. He's going to go over there and talk to his QB and say, see, I can do that for any QB, buddy. I can do it for any running back, buddy.
That's right. And that's a Grand Valley guy blocking for a soon-to-be Saginaw Valley guy.
And you mentioned a great point. We have guys here who will later on in their college careers play with and against each other. And this will be the beginning of the conversation. Hey, you remember we kicked your butt over there? Yeah, but I did this and that. So really good for camaraderie that comes out in the future as well.
Yeah, it's great. If you like GLIAC football, you are seeing the future of GLIAC football out here today. How many times have we said Ferris, Grand Valley, Saginaw Valley, Michigan Tech, Northern Michigan, Hillsdale.
In the capper, it's looking pretty good.
Yep, it is looking pretty good. And this boot looking pretty good through the back of the end zone.
So we mentioned earlier, Mitchell hit the upright because there was no rush. It's not like a reel, I got to get into it. He took his time. He snapped off, 6 in a row now, 7 in a row, and he's kicking the ball out of the end zone. I think he's figured out the college part of this game.
Yeah, he's feeling comfortable now. He's definitely feeling comfortable now, as is the entire west side. They are up 41-7 as the East is about to take off here again. But before that, do you have a student athlete at home? Did you know that chocolate milk is known as nature's sports drink? Has carbohydrates, protein to refuel, electrolytes to rehydrate. Chocolate milk, the official drink of the Michigan High School Football All-Star Game. Here comes Noah now under center once again. And he hands it off. Here comes 9. He is tackled by a gang. That is Justice Tuggle, who couldn't quite reach the outside. Tuggle from Detroit Central. He is known as the Machine. How about that nickname?
That's a pretty doggone. I am sure they have some good reasons, but one of them I'm sure is he's a heck of a football player.
Absolutely. 39 career touchdowns. He can do it all. See if he can break one for the east side here. We will go to Genna Rose after this play. 2nd and 6. Noah back to pass. Looking for 10. Oh, great cut back downfield by Nolan Vanover. He gets the first down and a whole lot more. Pretty good chemistry there, as we said, Coach, for guys that have not played together outside of the last 2 days. Let's hit the sidelines one more time. Genna Rose with big number 6.
We're joined by Austin Bills, adding numbers to the board. Heading into the second half, what was the message from the coaching staff?
To keep on going, keep plugging along, keep running up that score. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's all you have to do. You guys obviously have a great lead here, but specifically dialing into the coaching staff, there's a whole mix of people coming in to play this game. What's the chemistry been like?
Been great. We all get along. We all know each other. We all can count on each other, and our roles we got to do.
And lastly, what's in store for Austin Bills moving forward?
After this, I'm going to play at SVSU.
All right, well, congratulations, and thank you for your time, Austin. All right, sending it back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Genna. What a career he had at Traverse City Central. Made the D2 semifinals this year, a 9-2 season. Going to Saginaw Valley to play for Ryan Brady.
I think it's really cool to hear these kids talk about where they're going. You just hear the pride. Going to play for, going to play for, going to play for. Super excited. Obviously going to get a great education out of it and get to keep playing football.
Absolutely.
Nice little screenplay there run by the East. I like the lineman getting downfield. Good job blocking and big play.
And here we go this time. It is Evans trying to slip the tackle. He cannot do it, and he is brought down by Cam Orr of New Lothrop. Now, you're not gonna out-wrestle Cam Orr, Coach.
You know, you have the story on
That
this
is,
one.
you're not gonna do it. See, he's the 215-pound state champion a year ago, and you know what his mom's maiden name is?
What is it?
Severn.
I think I've heard that someplace in the wrestling world.
Yeah, that might ring a bell to you. The Severn family, about as good as you can get. And, you know, Dan Severn, one of the first UFC superstars, Triple Crown champion, that's his uncle.
He was going to wrestle. There's no doubt about it.
Nolan Vanover can't make it happen as he tried to get to the outside. But no, you're not going to do it. And I'll tell you what, Cam, heck of a football player as well, quarterback at New Lothrop. They won the state championship this year. He also going to Ferris State to play for Tony Anise. And get this, Coach, his mom was a student teacher for Tony Anise back in the day at Montrose.
Maybe that's how he does it. He builds the relationships early, and then things happen, and bam, their kids come play for me. I like it.
Incredible connections there. Cam Orr, an incredible athlete as well. They're going to love him in Big Rapids. But right now, it's the East trying to get on the board for the second time. Beaudry under center still. Here comes Vanover. And it's Beaudry keeping it. He has a huge hole. And how about that cut? He stays on his feet till the 10-yard line, and now the East finally in business.
Absolutely. Once again, make it look like it's going one way, come back with a lead block the other way, and Noah is known for his running capabilities. That was a really well-designed and executed play for the East. They need to get in the end zone.
Yeah, he sure is. We said 4,500 yards, 59 career touchdowns on the ground for the man going to Mount Union.
It's a lot of crossing the goal line.
And they're used to that at Mount Union as well.
Pretty doggone good program. Year after year after I could keep going.
After decade.
That's right.
Well, the East has not scored since the first. They're trying to do it again here late in the third with under a minute 30 to play. It will be number 20 getting into the 5-yard line. That's Austin Roon. Excuse me. That is Michael Logerai. Detroit News All-East team, state runner-up from Elmont 2 years ago. Takes it down to the 5-yard line.
Another program that a lot of kids from around this area, for example, don't know about, you know, a little bit closer up north and closer to the Romeo area. So, again, you know, getting introduced to a lot of players. And what's cool is it helps you recognize, you know what, they play good football in a lot of places here in Michigan.
They sure do, and they run that ball in Elmont.
Oh, you better believe it.
Got two in the backfield now. Evans along with Big Mo. This is Big Mo trying to plow his way in. Did he get there? Yes, he did. Maurice Davis from East Point. Coach says he will run through you. He just did that.
That's a great point. I was just going to say he wanted that end zone and he was going to go get it, and sure enough, he did.
The East with a much-needed touchdown with 30 seconds to play in the third quarter. Best drive they've had. 41-13 now as we await the extra point from number 88.
Take a look at this one again here.
How about the power here? Try to stop me. No, sir.
Big number 65 leading up in there. Did a great job in there leading that so he could get into that end zone.
Kick is up and good by Bennett Smile. So with 30 seconds to play in the third, it is 41-14. The West, unfortunately, they get the ball back if you're an East fan because they have not been able to be stopped.
No, the West has been extremely proficient offensively, but I'll tell you what, I'm really glad these scored, and I hope they get one or two more because that's the stuff you end up taking away.
Absolutely.
You know what, guys, we were down, but we came back. Nobody gives up. You know, and sometimes in these games, people wonder, well, do the kids really care? You better believe they do. It's time to play football, and that's what they love to do.
Absolutely. Get some memories that they will have for a very long time. So hopefully both sides get to make a few more here in the final 12 and a half minutes of the 39th annual Michigan High School Football Coaches Association All-Star Game. Genna Rose is down with Big Mo, who just plowed his way into the end zone. Genna.
We're joined by Maurice Davis. You had the touchdown. What were you able to see in that moment to capitalize?
I was able to see us coming back in the game. We really needed a touchdown after the last drive. We didn't score. I feel like we needed that, and I had to get it done.
Yeah, and you guys are now working to close the gap. What needs to happen in order to be fired up to close out the game?
We need to get a few more defensive stops, and our tempo needs to come back up. And we need to keep playing, keep going. That's it.
And lastly, Maurice, what's in the future for you with your college football career?
I'll be attending Champion Prep University in Atlanta, Georgia, August 1st.
Well, congratulations, Maurice. Keep up the hard work. All righty, sending it back to you guys.
Thanks, Genna. Mo going the prep route as the West takes over here. They are at midfield after a nice return. Coach, you were about to make a point before we threw to Genna.
Yeah, I'll tell you that these guys later on in life may work for, may talk about, may hire someone, may start a business with someone who's been here. I played in the third one of these, and my greatest moment is I played with Pat Shermer. Had football coach once for the Giants and the Browns, and it's like it's a something that you can't get elsewhere because he was at Divine Child. I'd have never run into him, and boom, you know, those kinds of things. A lot of other great people, but that was pretty cool.
Absolutely. All right, Coach, just amazing memories, and we got one more quarter of them coming. 41-14 as we head to the fourth, but first, Genna's down on the sideline.
We're joined by John Goebel, who is another fellow member of the State Champs crew. John, you played at Brother Rice, went on to compete at Cincinnati, and you even competed in the All-Star game. What's it like for you to be here and watch this game unfold?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, it's such an honor for these kids. You know, it's really a testament to the hard work that they put in throughout their careers and everything that their parents did, taking them to all the different camps and workouts and stuff. And as they mentioned, you know, washing their clothes. And so it's a huge honor, and I love seeing the competition out here.
Yes, it is a huge honor, and specifically dialing into your talents. What was it like for you when you competed in the All-Star game?
Yeah. So when I played, it was 2006. It was a little while ago, but my older brother played before he went to Michigan State, and so it was a very big deal. I wanted to play really well, and I did get to score touchdowns. So that was nice, but you know, definitely wanted to represent Brother Rice and Cincinnati, where I ended up going to play. So.
And you're no stranger to State Champs. Obviously, back in the day, you made several appearances, but for you to join the team here at State Champs, tell me what that's like. What does that mean to you to give back to the high school community?
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I love it. It's so I'm working on the corporate partnership side, and really, as a player, as a young athlete, whenever State Champs would be at our games and interviewing me, it made me feel special. It made me feel like I was doing something good. And, you know, we cover every sport from football, baseball, softball, you know, volleyball, esports, robotics. It doesn't matter if you're 6'6" and can dunk. We're going to honor you and we're going to cover you. And it's a lot of fun. We have a great team. And it's kind of crazy because, you know, a lot of the people that interviewed me when I was 18 and 17, now I'm working with, so.
Yeah, and you're an office divided, half Catholic Central, half Brother Rice. But lastly, you played in 2006. Tell us, what changes have you seen in the All-Star game since then?
Yeah, well, obviously, we were at Michigan State, which was cool, but we stayed in the dorms with 4 guys in one room and no air conditioning. So here at Lawrence Tech, they got to have air conditioning at a hotel, which was nice. And Lawrence Tech has really done a great job hosting it. But, you know, I think the other piece is when I played, it was, you know, everybody played in it. So it was my chance. I went to Cincinnati, and it's my chance to prove that I could, you know, beat the guys that went to U of M and Ohio State and Florida State. And, you know, it's still a great honor, but I would love to see that again. And you can see the kids out here clacking pads and hitting really hard, so that hasn't changed. You know, maybe more of the helmet-to-helmet hits haven't happened, but no, it's still pure football. You know, so.
Yeah, it's an exciting day. Happy to have you part of the State Champs team.
Yes, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yep, read that one. Just like what you just said, Coach. He was in this game 15 years ago. He still remembers everything about it. Just like you back in 1923 when you
83,
played in it.
just missed.
Oh, 83.
Just missed.
Yeah, 83. Yeah, you remember. everything about it. This is special, man.
Well, and the relationships that he had then are still things that, build on in the future. And it's really an awesome thing to do. Otherwise, you wouldn't know these guys.
Well, the West is moving the ball once again, as you've seen. The guy doing some damage right now is Nate Milanowski from EGR. He'll be playing at Miami of Ohio. Check this out, Coach. Not only a football player, hockey player as well.
Interesting combination. That's a lot of physicality, I'll tell you what, throughout a year. Good for him.
He had a couple of really good games, ran for 5 tutties. He threw for 1 in the district championship game earlier this year.
Again, just great to hear these kids playing all different sports, not specializing in only one. You get to do it now, so take advantage of it.
Trinidad is the man under center. He is brought down by Michael Lajurai. That's guy from Elmont who we were just talking about a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah, he was running the ball. Now he's making tackles. Once again, these kids are not only they can't just do one thing. They're multifaceted. They've got great skill sets for a lot. We heard the young man talking about how this game translates into basketball. What it's about is a mindset. And you know what? Get me in there, let me make plays, and I'll do that. And that's what we're seeing happen a lot here today.
Trinidad Chambliss from Forest Hills Northern, future Ferris State Bulldog, is the man throwing the ball. And he gets it out there to Tanner Williams. Another GLIAC guy down to the 15, fighting hard. He'll be going to Ashland. And we mentioned at the top, 5'5", $140 for Tanner.
But you can see that leg drive and that determination. And you know what? You can't measure heart with a measurement tape or a time. And right there it goes to show how much he cares about what's going on here.
And work. And that's what he said. He says, I have to work harder. I have to play bigger than what I am. And that's what gives me my edge.
And that mindset will obviously propel him for the rest of his life.
Absolutely.
Be successful, whatever he's doing.
And he's been making plays out here all day, and they expect the same at Ashland. Here he is again in motion. Trinidad throwing the ball outside. This one got away from him a little bit. Looks like he and the receiver might have been on a different page.
I think Trinidad was saying, let's go for the end zone. The receiver said, let's go for the first down play, getting 5, and he ran his hitch, and Trinidad threw the fade. So, but, again, to be expected.
Yep, absolutely. And they got a few more downs to do some work, as they have been doing all day. Second down, 10 to go. 9:07 left in the game. It is 41-14, the West beating the East. Trinidad there at the quarterback. The guy now standing to his right, Dorian Riley. We have said his name numerous times, and there he is one more time. But, oh, no, sir. 33 is there to get him, but there is a flag on the play.
Yeah, I believe on that one, Brendan got a little bit of face mask, and we're going to go from that point half the distance to the goal. But very well defended, got underneath the block instead of getting blocked inside that play. And made a good play, just grabbed that face mask inadvertently.
Brendan Mercer from Brighton. He was the defensive team MVP. He is also going to continue to play ball in about a month or so at Albion.
Great school, great program. Good job. He gets to keep playing this game that he loves. It's phenomenal. Just love that for these kids.
So it's illegal use of hands. That will take the ball just inside the 10-yard line. First down, goal to go for Trinidad. 3 receivers up high. That's where they go with it on the ground. And it's Milanowski.
Well, he's got a nice little dip out and then put that foot in around, dip inside, then outside real quick. He reads that outside block very well. Really nice little, I know only a short gain, but a really nice job getting up the field.
5'9", buck 75. We saw him make an amazing play earlier on defense with that interception at midfield.
Absolutely. Got that back shoulder throw Noah was trying to make and made a heck of a catch diving after that ball.
And he didn't go vertical on that. He went horizontal.
That's correct.
On that.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. He laid out for that one. Now he's doing some work here on the offensive end. West on the doorstep, and there he is, East Grand Rapids. What a history they have on the football field, and Nate is a part of that. He finds the end zone. It's another West touchdown, 47 now to 14.
And I'll tell you, each one of these kids, let's take a look at Nate getting the end zone here. Again, look at where he gets touched. It's not almost till he's in the end zone. Look at that blocking.
Yep.
That's how it happens, guys. That's how it happens. Phenomenal. But each one of these kids representing their team, their hometown, there's just a pride in that. And you just love the kids being able to do that. Even hearing them speak, you hear that from them. I think Mitchell's leg might get tired, man. He's going to have to go ice it down.
Yeah, this is practice to him, man. He's out here doing work like it's practice. He's kicking so many times. And how about the big fellas up front, Coach? How about some love for some of these dudes that we have on the line?
I just can't get over how well they play together. You have Mason Close, and Keegan Nugent, Kyle Main, Tavid Elmore, Walker Martin, Ethan Kirkland. On the other side, Jeton Matasani from Fortin, DeJuan Young, Lawrence Hatter, Logan Ramsey, Blake Smithers. You know, one of the things in working with quarterbacks I'm fortunate enough to do often is talking about all the time, making sure you praise those linemen. Get those linemen dinners, make something special for them, because you know what? As they work, we work. They're the engine and they're the fuel of our team, and everybody will understand that, especially that guy behind there.
Absolutely, and they have found the end zone so many times today. I don't think Genna thought she would be doing this many interviews, but she's got another one with the man from East Grand Rapids.
We're joined by Nate Milanowski. The West has set the tone in the first half. How have you guys been able to build on that momentum here in the second?
You know, we had a great first half. We had a good 2 days of practice, built the chemistry. You know, we're a high-energy team, so I think we used that to our advantage. We went into the locker room with the same energy and came out with the same energy and came out here, and we're trying to do exactly what we did in the first half.
And you noted that you've had 2 days of practice. How did your team get that chemistry so quickly?
You know, it starts with the coaching, and I think we got a great group of kids. I mean, we all try to bond as much as we can with the schedule-filled packed-filled schedule that we had these last 2 days, and we've had a lot of fun, and it's great to come out here and perform.
And Nate, lastly, for those at home, where are you sending your college career to?
I'm actually going to Miami of Ohio, down in Oxford, so love and honor, baby.
Congratulations, Nate. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
He's already got the...
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Great job out there today. Here comes Mr. Pitchford and the east side from the 27-yard line on first down. He has his man just short of the machine. He's looking for a flag. And Coach, you mentioned the big fellas up front. I want to mention one of them. You said his name. From the West, Keegan Nugent from Lowell. He's another guy who's a wrestler. The 8-time champs over there at Lowell, the Red Arrows. He'll be wrestling at Michigan, was the unbeaten heavyweight champ this year.
Well, it's no wonder he's phenomenal in the pits. I'll tell you what, it's nothing but leverage and heart down there. So he's got a lot of it, and taking that on to Michigan, that's great news for he and his family. And by the way, Lowell produces lots of wrestlers.
Good grief. You don't win 8 in a row for nothing.
That's right.
Here we go on second down now. Pittsford going to keep it. Little shimmy, but he is met by a crew. He's still not down, though. Dancing around to the 31.
A lot of fight in that young man. I like that. You know, we're getting blown out, and they all know it. They're smart kids out there, but you know what? Still fighting for every inch. I love that.
What did they see in him, Coach, at Northwood that they like? They run a unique offense up there that you don't see all the time. What they like about him running the show?
Well, I'll tell you what's really cool about he and Noah and a couple of the kids I was speaking with is, you know what? They're great football players who happen to be great quarterbacks. So he's a football player first and happens to specialize as a Q, and he's got great talent. So I think they like that grit, and I think they like that determination that he's going to bring to their team or add to the team that they've already built it.
Noah Beaudry out there now, taking the snap, and he'll throw. A little screen, dumps it down. That's Brian Evans looking to get to that first-yard line, and he does. He's across. to the 39-yard line. They will give him the first down.
Nice
Great
little play.
job there staying with it.
Yep, second time they've run that screen, and once again, the big fellow's out there leading it, walling off, and then the running back in this case here, Braden does a nice job of reading that block, getting up inside, first down. Good play.
Well, they're hoping to find the end zone for the second time in a row here. Coach Goelker looking to dial up something good for the east side.
Yeah,
down 48-14, just under 7 to go.
Like to see him get one in here.
They got him bunched down at the bottom of your screen. Noah eludes, and he's going to take it himself, picks up 2, steps out of bounds.
Well, it's something you see more in the game, too. Speaking of that football IQ, you know, yeah, I might get another yard putting my shoulder down there, but you know what? I'm going to step out of bounds, and I'm going to go back to the huddle, call the next play.
That's right. That's right. We got a few more minutes left in this game. I would like to be here for them.
That's right. But I'll tell you this, on the other side of the coin, if he's going in the end zone, he's putting that shoulder down and getting it in there. So
yeah.
That combination of knowing when to do what is very important.
7 minutes away of game time.
So here we go. It is 2nd and 7. Noah still in there wearing that deuce. The man in motion is Evans. He takes the sweep, cuts back inside, brought down just short, I believe, of the first.
Good little play there. Good little cut. Nice seal on the edge there. Cut it up inside. Good gain. Makes it 3rd down, about 2.5 yards. Very manageable.
Now here comes your guy right here, Coach. Running in there, number 13, Lenaway Christian, Jamison Chesser. We saw his explosiveness right out of the gate with a 55-yard touchdown.
You could hear him speak about how excited he was to go to Indiana. We talked to the other night at practice. He said, you know what, it's just far enough away, but not too far away. So
That's
he kind of
right.
likes that.
Yeah, down the road.
Yep.
Trip down I-69. His family can come see him. Little bobble with the snap. Great job staying with it. Noah puts his head down, picks up about 5. He has the first, and he is into West territory.
I like what they're doing. They're not just trying to chuck the ball down the field. They understand where they are in the football game. Let's try and get another score. You know, feel good about what's going on and what we've done well.
Absolutely. Well, the clock is winding down. We are at about 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go. The West setting up, or excuse me, the East setting up on first down. Michael Lajuri in the backfield, along with Noah. Beaudry throws. And Lajuri can't bring it in. Chocolate milk contains the right carb to protein ratio, scientifically shown to rebuild exhausted muscles. It provides fluids to rehydrate by delivering electrolytes such as calcium, potassium, sodium, magnesium to replenish what is lost in sweat. Chocolate milk also has vitamins and minerals. They help build and maintain strong bones, essential to reducing the risk of stress fractures. Chocolate milk, it is the official drink of the 2021 Michigan High School Football All-Star Game. On second, Beaudry bouncing around. He's taking this one. And he's going to run right near the stick. Looks like he's going to be just short. Across the 40 at the 39.
Good decision there. Nothing open. Get outside. Get what you can. Set up 3rd and manageable once again.
And like you said, Coach, they're not taking a bunch of shots. They know they're down a number of scores. Let's just pick up some chunks.
Absolutely. See if we can't, again, get one more in the end zone here and feel good about what's going on. I want to mention the chocolate milk thing. I went to U of M, and in their weight room is a dispenser of chocolate milk. So they have those guys on the same program of, hey, that's one of the things you drink to bring yourself back from a heavy workout. So proof positive. They're doing it at big-time programs.
Well, we know Jim Harbaugh is a milk man. Oh, here we go. Trick play. Pitchford threw it out to Beaudry. Beaudry had nothing. Takes a lick and keeps on ticking. Now he does have a man, but he overshoots him down the field. That was Eric Kraft from Waterford Kettering. Couldn't quite bring it in, but man, how about that shot he took and spun out of it, came to the opposite side of the field, and still tried to make something happen.
And you wonder why Mount Union wants a kid like that, right? Tough, hard-nosed kid who can do a lot for them, talented, smart, and a fighter. That's what we saw right there. And there's a flag on the field here. Looks like they're going to wave it off. It's going to be 4th and short.
Must have been a handoff and not a ball.
So 4th and 2 here. And it looks like we are also going to get a timeout from the east side as well.
Yeah, I love this going on right now. They're giving a round of applause for the officials being out here. You love to hear that. I think more high schools need to do that. That's excellent.
Absolutely. Like we said earlier, they are much needed. They're not always appreciated. But, man, you know what? That is a hard job. That is a hard job.
You need to understand, they want to be right. They want to do things right, you know, and they want it so the kids have, again, what are we all about? We're about enhancing their experience. It isn't about us. They're out there. They want to enhance their experience. They want to keep it safe, number one, and then the kids have an opportunity to compete at a high level and do real good things, and they want to manage things. That's what they want to do. They'd love to not be heard of the whole night because the game goes really, really well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Coach, you said this has been a great experience. This is my first time calling the All-Star game here in the 39th game. You played in the 3rd game. We heard a little earlier maybe the differences from 15 years ago. What are the differences in the game from what you remember back when you played till today?
Well, it's interesting. We also played at Michigan State. We were also in that 4-room dorm with no air condition. I just think that everything has evolved into a really cool state, that things are about the kids all the time, making it a great experience.
Absolutely. Well, Noah tried to keep it himself on 4th down, but he went nowhere but down.
Kyrie Hamill from Mona Shores, another state champion. I mean, how many times have you said that today? State champion. And there's a reason why teams are state champion, and they're being represented here by really good players from their team. What a great tackle coming from that linebacker position.
Yeah, and you think they make big plays at Mona Shores? Yeah, they sure do. Couple of state championships in a row, 18 straight wins for those guys. And Kyrie, he had a heck of a title game against De La Salle, 11 tackles and a pick in the title game. So he knows about coming up big when it matters.
And he sure did right there. That was a great job. And again, players making big plays at big times.
So the West takes over one more time at their own 39. Here comes Austin Bills. Picks up close to 5 yards. Clock still rolling as we reach about 4 minutes to play in the game.
Good job by there, Michael Lajuraj from Almont. Now to the other side of the ball. Coming all the way from the Mike linebacker. Shamar Askin turned that play in. He ended up cleaning that up. That's a good job.
Yeah, he's doing a great job here in the second half. Letting a little time go now. Drew Collins back at QB. He'll be playing at Michigan Tech, and they're going to love him. Sports and fitness management major. That's who he wants to go into.
And going in there with over a 4-point, that's a pretty doggone good start.
4.3. 4.3. Here comes Dorian Riley. He will pick up the first down for the West Side. Collins, 6,000 career through the air, 2,000 on the ground, 100-plus touchdowns. And that incredible career capped by a perfect season at Montague.
It's amazing what you can see in a little run about running backs or linemen in a short block or things of that nature. And right there you could see that, he had an opportunity to maybe take it outside, but he said, I'm going to get the first down, use that power again as he just demonstrated earlier for the touchdown. They just display so many little things that end up making them great all over the place. It's a great run by
23 touchdowns in 6 games for Riley. I'm no Michigan Tech grad, but that's about 4 a game.
That's pretty good.
That is decent. And here he comes. Stays on his feet, Hops over a defender. About 4 to 5 yards on that one. Man, he is a tough runner at 5'8", $190.
Just powerful right there. Built low to the ground. You see a lot of those guys who are like that, strong in the lower body, and they just keep churning. Just keep churning. Let's bring in the other big body. How about Bill's turn? Let's go here with him.
You know, Coach, I don't want to jinx it because we still have 2 minutes left to play in the game, but who's the real MVP today?
Oh, boy, I'll tell you what. We got a couple of people who could vie for it, I'll tell you that.
Well, how about Mother Nature?
Yeah, okay, you know what? I'll go with that.
But we look like we're going to get through this game pretty clean, which did not look like it may be the case. So shout out to Mother Nature here, as here comes Austin Bills. Oh, what a spin. He stays on his feet. Looked like he'd be down short of the stick. No, he hits the juke. He spins out of it. I'm not a PlayStation guy, so I don't know if that's triangle or square or what it was, but he hit one of them, and he picked up another 5.
Whatever it was, he hit it at the right time.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
little first down, and a great job, great balance right there. And, yeah, what a shout-out to the weather. And, we've got 500-600 fans here today. Thanks for coming out when they knew it might not be such great weather. They're out here supporting their sons or kids who've played for them as coaches.
Absolutely. Yep, getting to wear that helmet one last time. And that looks like this is going to be the last time with under a minute to play. Collins takes a knee. West is going to run out the clock. We got some handshakes down on the field. They will take one more, and that will be it. What a showing by everybody. But how about the West? Both sides of the field. They're going to win the 39th edition of this All-Star game, 48-14.
And win or lose, it's been an awesome experience for every kid out there.
Yep.
But I have to tell you how impressed I am with that West offense. Again, we have to remember, not only do they only have 2 days, but they're signaling in plays from the sideline. I always use a wristband when I coach these kinds of games. So people are on the same page. I am extremely impressed by these kids picking that up, and then the execution. You saw it a couple plays for the East. They execute a screen, which takes a lot of time to build together. Just a great job by everybody out here. And again, win or lose, they'll remember this, make relationships, and they'll play against and with each other.
Well, and Coach, you got to mention the defense as well. Outside of a couple of splash plays, holding them to 14 points. That D played well as well, and a couple of turnovers as well.
They did, absolutely. And early on, they really set the tone. That D line was up the field ferociously and affected some of the QB throws. Even though they may not have had hands on them, they were affecting them because of that pressure. What a great day. Hey, Ryan, thanks for an awesome day, man. You did a phenomenal job calling this, and a lot of parents are out there happy that you're mentioning kids' names and all the stats, so it's a lot of work goes into this.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of work by our crew. You want to thank everybody at the State Champs crew. Just an awesome job. Big Kev sitting behind us. Lauren Plant. Always the guys last night that did have to sit through a monsoon when they had the skills competition. It was incredible. Of course, everybody's favorite, as you saw at the half, what was it? The big guy. What was it called?
Big guy punt return?
Big guy punt return. Yeah, the big fellas with their shirts off out there having fun out in the rain. But a great job by our crew as well, and the coaches for both squads. This will be a weekend that they never forget. Right now we have Genna Rose down at midfield. She is standing by with the coach.
We're now joined by West head coach Rob Zeitman. You take it 48-14 here in the All-Star game. Did you even think that would be this big of a gap when you got this position?
Well, I mean, I know our kids are really good, and they're All-Stars too. But, yeah, I mean, we had a lot of fun. Those kids, you could see the passion. You could see the enthusiasm. They really had a good time bonding with each other in the time here. We're really thankful to Lawrence Tech University, to State Champs Network. We're also thankful to the Michigan High School Football Coaches Association for this great day.
Plenty of talent across the team. Walk us through the 2 days of practice. What were you able to execute in this game that secured the victory?
Well, we approached it like a collegiate practice, and we didn't spend a lot of time doing individual drills and fundamental work thinking, hey, they're all-stars, we got to go with what we got. And we spent a lot of time in team just trying to time up the different concepts we were putting in. We picked a few. The staff did a great job, so, I think we're good. It's humid here, so that felt good. I'm not going to lie. so it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Absolutely. They put on a great show for us.
Yeah, and then what kind of honor is it for you to be elected to be in this position as head coach?
It's absolutely an honor, to represent Jenison High School and Jenison Public Schools, and to, be able to put together the staff that we had and on short notice, and dealing with all COVID and all that stuff, and then to come out here and just have fun, have fans in the stands. It was awesome.
Well, Coach, thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
All right, sending it back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Jenna. Great job down there, and a great job by Coach Zeitman. Incredible job by the West Side, as we said, all around. And I think it is trophy time.
It is trophy time, and bath number 2 felt pretty good for Coach
I'll tell you what, he was probably very excited about that because it is humid down here. He was probably loving that. I think Genna got a little bit down there as well.
Look at that hardware.
There you go. That's what it's all about. Very excited group of West Siders. They win it 48-14 here at the 39th Annual All-Star Game. And we had some incredible performances, especially, Coach, on the ground. And you mentioned the quarterbacks. Collins did a great job, but you really liked Goelker. You thought he ran the reef very well today.
Yeah, I think they all did a great job. He just had the sense of when do I pull it and get up in there and follow that big fella. And as he mentioned, so later on I can go out with my girlfriend. Very wise, very wise. But also, the fact that, again, you just look back at the 2 days. He doesn't know what that guard's going to do. He hasn't seen him the 500 times he would his normal guy, what that running back's going to do. And he put it all together really well for them.
He sure did. Carson Goelker, one of the 19 Michiganders who will be moving on to Ferris State University. He played his final game with that Ducks helmet on from Zeeland West. It is the West Side with the win. As you can see, the East as well. Like you mentioned, they're making memory. They're having a good time out there. They may not be jumping around quite like the West guys are, but there's a happy crew of guys in blue down there.
Absolutely, and I can't stress enough how today will turn into 15, 20, 30 years from now. They will meet up with these people somewhere in life, whether they've played against them or with them, and this is a memory they'll talk about for both sides.
Well, there they are. The West Side is your winners in the 39th Annual Michigan High School Football Coaches Association All-Star Game. We thank you so much for being here. Thank you for tuning in to State Champs, and continue to do that all summer. We will have content for you right up until they kick off again come the fall. For Ryan Slocum and Coach Richie Popp and Genna Rose down on the field, this has been your All-Star Game from Blue Devil Stadium. We'll see you again next year for the 40th. Take care. Have a great night.